Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Stone's Live Poker. My name is Veronica Brill. Action Dan.
Action Dan is in the house.
Why are you trolling me?
I don't know.
Action Dan is trolling me.
What's over there? Look
you
at
didn't
there.
put your hair up today. All the girls have their hair up.
I should have.
It's hot outside. With me is the Jake.
You're welcome.
And Action Dan.
And Action Dan.
Action Dan just came in the booth. Like, lock the damn door! Well, who let him in the booth?
Get back in the game. All right, 5-5 unlimited hold'em.
Wait.
No?
I just got back from Vegas.
Oh, never mind. Hey, Veronica, tell us about you.
I had the time of my life. Saw Wapri, saw Rick and Barstow, Earl, Barber, the whole crew.
All the cool kids.
All the cool kids. Saw Mercier and Negrano at the same table. It was sick. Saw Tuckman. Had excessive amounts of fun, and it was probably illegal.
And how stuck are you?
A lot.
A lot.
Don't
there
worry
we
about
go.
it.
There's,
It's none of your
there's the
beeswax.
real truth. Watt Bry, Rick and Barstow,
Racing Guy.
Racing Guy.
That's a new one. Welcome to the live stream. Tonight we have a 5-5 no limit hold'em. What's great about 5-5?
I don't know.
What isn't? You can buy into the biggest stack. So pretty much we don't have limits. Is that Nikki playing poker?
That is the Nikki playing poker. Sorry, we're
She's
not
so
paying
sexy.
attention.
Hi, Nikki. I love you. So beautiful. Tonight, I have a feeling there's going to be excessive amount of gambling.
There should be Harlan's in the game.
Oh.
Ready to run over souls.
I'm like, I've got goosebumps.
Does Harlan ever disappoint?
Never. He never does.
Hashtag that's what
In
she
the
said.
bedroom.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Let's get down to the table and introduce the players. C1, the very handsome look. He's out ponytailing me, out blonding me. Mike Lewis. Oh.
He is everything that you wish.
He's kind of a man stud.
Look at you.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Blood just rushes through other parts of your body, didn't they?
Nunu to Poking, what's up? Nice to see you. C number 2, my Snapchat friend Anthony. He's actually Cheese Guru on Snapchat, which is kind of fun. He's got a funny name on Snapchat. Anyway, I stalk him a little bit.
Anthony's a fun kid.
He is. Seat number 3, Malcolm.
We've had Malcolm on the stream before. He's had some mixed results.
Oh, yeah, we have, yes.
I think he's played in the Veronica and Friends, which we know. I mean, I think
yes,
when
he
Malcolm
did.
played, so Malcolm signs up to play
there it is.
He signs up to play like 1-3 Veronica and Friends.
Gets on
and then,
Veronica and Friends.
and then realizes like, oh no, this is 1-3 that plays like 5-10, and like it was.
And that day was like a 10-25.
Yeah,
so
it was.
There's Malcolm in seat 3. He was actually a lot of fun. Seat 4, Mr. Harlan, the Crusher. He's like steamrolled his way across this table.
That's a bad man.
On a regular basis. And that's the great thing about this live stream. He's been watching himself and improving his game. C5, Uncle Matty, the dog trainer extraordinaire. He's the sweetest guy ever, and we love him. Seat number 6, Jason. Me likey some Jason too.
Jason's a good kid. He's a grinder.
Isn't he intertwined with some of the other grinders in here?
Yeah,
Doesn't he live with
him and Long Car boyfriends.
Long Car's boyfriend, okay.
That's Long Car's boyfriend. Or actually, as Jason put it, Long Car's his girlfriend. So it's
different. Yeah, Long Car is his girlfriend for sure. So seat 7, Brian. There's another Brian. Let's see if every single Brian so far spews like.
We can only hope so. I mean, I'm not rooting against the guy, of course, but we want the guy to get some action.
Yeah.
We want to kind of make a mess of the table. And to his immediate left, Robert Y. Because we said so.
Robert McRoberts.
Robert McRoberts. And that's exactly the exact posture you see there in his picture. That's how he will play 99% of his hands today.
Unless he's
Sweatshirt,
drunk.
half cover the mouth. That, unless he develops some sudden like left shoulder pain, like all those poker
that
players
happens
suddenly
too.
do.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is.
And then
why does thinking poker hurt our shoulders?
it does.
So strange.
Mine doesn't hurt though, because I don't think. Seat number 9, Aces Ron. Our own Northern California Aces Ron. The hat. I've explained it excessive amounts of time. I don't know what's going on with the hat. To be honest with you, like I don't.
New to poking. What's up? Welcome to the stream.
Boo Richie. I'm rooting for Robert. Yes, you are. He has lots of fans.
I'm rooting for booze. Whichever person is like drinking the most booze, I'm rooting for that person. Yeah, I'm rooting for you, V. I always am.
Let's booze.
Let's booze it up.
Sorry, we're not allowed
Monday. It's
It's
beer
Monday.
Yeah,
It's meth Monday.
Yeah, meth Monday.
Don't do meth.
Do drugs.
Let's get some
Monday.
cards in the air. It looks like we have a Straddle 5-5-10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what makes Stones Live so amazing, because the straddle. And on Veronica and Friends, you can pretty much straddle like 3-4 live straddles if you want.
Suited Aces, those two are interchangeable, but I am rooting for boobs as well.
Canadian Shooter says Malt Liquor Monday.
Malt Liquor Monday, I like it.
I like it too. Suited Aces, Jake is rooting for boobs all the time. Harlan, I hope he raises. That was a raise to 45. Ace 5 in the cutoff.
Queen Jack out of position, that will not be played by Jason. He knows better than that. Robert Y. And this is probably like a Robert Y, the Ace 9. It's going to be mostly down to a 3-better fold type hand, especially out of position against Harlan. Harlan's not going to Harlan's not just going to let you get away with like check calling one street and then like letting it go to showdown. Harlan's going to put pressure on you for multiple streets. When you have a hand like Ace 9 out of position against a really aggressive player like Harlan, your best line is almost always going to be the 3-bet or fold. Robert knowing that just to take a little bit.
Yeah, because he's raising with such a wide range.
Yeah.
You want to.
Ace 9's ahead of a lot of the shit that Harlan's going to open, but I mean.
You said S, and can you get him fired, JFK Stones? Can we replace him?
Kill me.
You're so lucky that they can't replace you.
Mad T 1993 is enjoying your stories on Snapchat, he says.
I get a little cray. If you want to follow me on Snapchat, it's Veronica Star with 2 R's, 1 word. Mr. Camo.
Fired again.
Mr. Camo Tiki. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how to say your name.
Chemotech.
Okay, that's good. No straddle this hand. We got an under the gun knit.
Couple limpers.
Knit alert. Everybody calls.
Boo.
2 a flop. 5, 6, 9.
Couple of clubs. No one's got a flush draw. Uncle Matt's got a backdoor flush draw inside straight draw.
Jason's open-ended on the bad end.
Yeah, he's on the wrong end of it all there.
Sometimes you end up on the wrong end of things. I'm not saying, I'm just saying Vegas can get crazy.
Yeah, are you going to be that person who starts like quoting like what happens in Vegas
stays in Vegas. I said that to everyone.
Sort of
everyone at
asshole.
work's like, "Hey, how's Vegas?" I'm like, "Well, you know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." I can't talk about that with people at work. 25.
There's a 7, and Uncle Matty and Harlan both make straights. Are they still in the hand? I think we were talking too much shit during the hand. Yes, they are.
Suited Aces says he misses my mispronunciations.
Now,
Oh,
Jason
you like?
here, we got a mess here. Jason called, was open a straight draw, turns it straight, but facing a bet and a raise, I believe. Lets it go. Smart move there by Jason. Harlan's gonna call.
Oh my gosh, Harlan said clean your glasses.
Mr.
They both have the same hand.
I don't remember Mr. Camotech because Mr. Camo 10 Queen.
Mad T 1993, that is true. I was on the wrong end. I got naked in my hotel room and I didn't know the windows weren't blacked out. And the lights were on and it was in the evening and everybody saw me.
Oh man.
Buck naked.
Did they give everyone their money back?
No, I was just getting tips thrown at me. It is what it is, honey. It's a chop pop.
Check. Chop it up.
Mr. Cam Otique
So, I mean,
says that he likes her commentary better than that other show.
So Jason, he's in position. He's got 3-4. He's open-ended.
Beautiful fold, right?
He turns. Well, I mean, you got to think about like what are we even drawing to the straight there for? Is it something with the 9 on board? The 7's a dirty out because even let's say even if we have the best hand there when the 7 turns off, let's say forget Harlan and Uncle Matty both have the 8 there. What's the probability that anyone's going to put any more money in the pot on a board that's 5, 6, 7, 9? Now we're on the wrong end of it anyway.
With 2 pair or worse.
Well, then if we have the straight, I'm saying like.
No, I'm saying he's got the straight, so the only thing he can get value out of is 2 pair or worse.
Yeah, exactly. But it's hard to.
And those hands aren't going to put it out. They're not putting out.
I'm not arguing with you. That's the point I'm trying to make here. I swear to God.
So irritated
I'm so happy
today.
you're back
He's
from Vegas.
so irritated
when I found
today.
out you didn't die in a car crash on the way home from Vegas.
I was this close.
Oh man, you shouldn't.
I
you
was
should imagine
this
how
close.
happy I was. Oh,
There were
God
so many
damn
car
it.
accidents. I know each one of them you were wishing it was me. You didn't hear from me. I didn't snap you all day, and I know you were like, oh,
she could be
please.
dead this one time.
I hope that I get some of that $2,000 she's got in equity in her entire. I don't know, like maybe I have a gold tooth or something worth money.
Malcolm makes it 30 to go under the gun plus 2.
Rick and
Jason's make a call.
Barstow says he contaminated his wife. She met me.
Oh my God.
I did meet his wife. I snapped it.
Jason makes a call, as is Brian. Mike L, who straddled, is going to defend the straddle to 7-8 off. Getting laid a pretty good price.
4-way to a flop. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, jack, 2 clubs. 10s is still ahead here.
So probably check through. This many opponents? No, Malcolm's going to bet here. Against this many opponents, I'm kind of surprised here. Malcolm leads out for half pot. Bet 60. The only one who can call is Mike. Got an inside trick. If Mike had a club in his hand, might be able to argue much more for
a
call, but
Senator Jaws is the stream offline. No, it is not. It's online. It's online. I don't know why it's not working.
SD619. Hey.
He said Blondie, not you.
I was just acknowledging his presence because you hadn't.
Can I have that water?
Hey, look.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good to have you back, B.
Whatever. You're such a dick to me. Can I say dick?
$10 straddle still on.
And we love it.
It's funny now because some of the events that everyone goes down for in trouble, the Colossus, Monster Attack. Some of the events are kind of getting
The
through.
Giant.
The Giant.
They always give them such cornball names. No, they're good. I played the Giant.
But it's not, some of those events are over, and people, some of the regs that have blown their load, and they're in Vegas and are starting to trickle back home.
Some of them are literally blowing their load.
Yeah, I know. That's
at the strip club.
Yes, thank you for clarifying. Jesus, this is what they put me in the booth with. Hey, sit here like analyze and talk poker. No, we got load blowing strip clubs.
Poker's so freaking boring to watch for 3 hours if there's no raises and they're limping.
They're not
Jason
limping.
raises to 50. Uncle Matty folds. What did you want to talk about? Strategy. SD6 19HR.
Some of the grinders kind of come back into town, and for a while the games are kind of nice. I mean, there wasn't as many games here in town, but the games that we had were less grindy.
Yeah. More touristy almost.
Yeah.
The weekend tourists.
Yeah. Lo and behold, they all come back.
Racing Guy 8933 says it happens. It does. Blowing your load happens. At the poker table.
Yeah.
I think so. Touching it all the time.
Nice. So they hit the Bad Beat jackpot.
I saw your snap.
That wasn't my snap because I wasn't in it. That was Nick Colvin's.
Oh, okay. I saw the snap. Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I thought I was.
No.
There was alcohol involved. I thought there was.
Yeah, I texted you.
Oh,
about
you
it.
texted me. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody was snapping me about it, and you were texting me, and.
Yeah, I was very upset.
I feel like I'm so inner circle now because now Nick Colvin snaps me. Cheese Guru. I'm such a big timer now. I'm inner circle.
Harlan makes it a quarter to go with the ace-9 suited. Uncle Madison called with the king-3. I prefer to 3-bet that hand if I'm going to play it.
I would too, yeah.
If I'm going to play it.
And he has position on Harlan. Queen, queen, 9. Harlan ahead here with the 9. Betting.
That's a quarter. No love. So, They run down the list for the feeder two, or the main 2-5 games are going. They run down the list for the 2-5. Sorry, I'm gonna tell this like life bad beat story. I'm still on tilt about it. I'm still on tilt. They run down the list for the feeder game, and they call my name like either like the last or second to last name, right? The feeder game's amazing. Bill H, Mitch. I mean, it's a good game. Chips are splashing around everywhere. And then they bring me like a rack. Like, all right, it's your turn to move the main game. The main game looks like shit. It's a terrible game. It's really tight. And, like, hey,
And you're on the must move?
I'm in the must move. I'm in the feeder. And there's a 0% chance I was first on the list. 0% chance I was the first. I'm like, and I'm already like protesting. Like, no, I wasn't the first guy on the list. I'm not supposed to move. Like, this is one of these other knuckleheads. And they're like, well, this is the list we have. You have to move.
Make it quick because we got a hand. We got a straddle.
I rack my chips. I set them at the main game. Go walk over to the bar. Before I even get over to the bar, everyone at the feeder game starts like I might have been like 3 hands, like maybe 2 or 3 hands later, they start clapping. They hit the bad beat. And I was on live tilt for the rest of the night.
Sean McCormick, do you feel bad for Jake? Poor guy. Poor guy. Didn't hit the bad beat.
Mind you, I'm anti-bad beat in poker. I already vocalized that here on the stream. And but you know, as long as they're gonna have bad beat, I'd like to be a part of it.
Anthony races to 40. Harlan calls with a queen deuce suited, and we love it. And he pulls ahead with a deuce. Is Harlan? So Harlan. Okay, so Anthony continues. Sorry, I thought Harlan was.
Harlan's gonna call.
Okay.
You don't play queen deuce, not call when you spike a deuce.
That's what I say. 5 on the turn changes nothing.
Should slow down Anthony.
Finchy Poo, what's up? I played poker with Finchy Poo. We were in the Giant together.
And
Harlan
what do you do when you got queen deuce? The Israeli Ron hand, as most people would know it as.
You bink.
You bink. You smack some
But
queen deuce.
he's not going to get really anything out of Anthony. So.
After it goes check, check. Anthony can think about betting, probably not though.
Poker Pro Eric said he'd try to get the floorman fired if he cost me part of $30,000 like that.
But that's how Poker Pro Eric works. Instead, I just drink myself half to death and bitch the entire time, including, you know, a week later here on stream.
And probably to me for the next year.
A week later? 2
I
days
told
later.
you,
It's only
I
been 2
told
days.
you,
It's been 2
I
days.
was at a cash game once, and I was getting ready to leave, and I was racked up. I picked up, and the guy like was sitting behind me, like waiting to sit down, and he caught the next hand, and they hit the bad beat.
It happens.
Would it have happened if it was me still sitting there? I don't know.
Well, Richie says I feel better than that 2-5 game he went to was super. It was a really bad. Like the 2-5 game that we were playing, the feeder game was amazing. We were all like passing chips around. I mean, it was action. No one was being a nit. I'm in the game. No one's being a nit. And
I've seen you knit it up. You fold kings pre-flop. You're such a nit. You're the biggest nit. Who folds kings pre-flop in a cash game that's like, you've got $800 in front of you? Come on, Linda.
Because the guy's 5 betting range was aces and aces only, and he had aces.
Yeah, and you still results oriented. You would have won. Anthony. I'm such a...
Anthony makes it 30 to go with the queen 10 off the button. Aaron's got it pretty easy. Aaron limped the king queen in the hijack. What's the dilemma here? What are we thinking about? What the hell just happened? Why are we limping the king queen if we're going to follow a standard size raise?
Do you really want to talk about this? Are you
No,
asking me?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm just thinking out loud.
Questions. JFK Stone says, Poker Pro Eric, remember when I banned you just for fun?
Are they sharing bad beat stories? Yes, we are. So bad. I know, like, no one wants to hear a bad beat story. I'm telling a bad beat story about a bad beat. Or lack thereof.
Yeah, and I'm catching the bad beat right now.
I'm bad beat squared.
You want to hear my bad beat story about Jake telling me his bad beat story? I got that, huh? It's like a
Bad beat cube.
Inception bad beat.
It's like a shitty time within a shitty time. I gotta quit being profane.
Oh no, but don't worry, you won't get pulled in the back and get fired like I do.
You usually pay extra to get pulled in the back.
Yeah, but that's on Tuesdays. It's not Monday and Wednesday.
Malcolm on the button. Opens up the queen 9.
Aunt Doom, what's up, Anthony? Call your mother.
3-way.
Ace deuce 4 on the flop.
Uncle Matt's got an inside straight draw. All has a 6 in his hand. Makes it nice for if and when that 3 comes off. If anyone else does have a 5.
Everybody checks over to Malcolm and he c-bets. Uncle Matty reaches for chips and calls.
BJJ, fishing poker.
5 on the turn. Uncle Matty picks up a pair and pulls ahead. He checks. Lets Malcolm continue. Malcolm's not falling for it. He checks. 3 on the river. Uncle Matty, bink. And now he's reaching for chips. Probably going to try to get value out of an ace. Unfortunately, Malcolm does not have an ace. Malcolm has absolutely squadoosh. Big Fishing Poker, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. And Malcolm's thinking about it. What's he thinking? What is he actually thinking? Is he gonna like bump it up here? No, he's just trying to save face.
Save a little bit of face.
Did we get new cards?
He's debating calling for a chop. Yeah, we did get new cards. They're all Stones logoed out and everything. What price is Jake Perez 2020?
I'm in the booth.
Man of the people. I'm with you. Jake and Justin K 2020. Justin K as a running mate. I could do that.
I thought I was gonna be a running mate.
Yeah, we already saw what happened when Sarah Palin like latched on to like a ballot and what happened there. Do we really need that to happen again? Really? Do we need
Just
you
because
like?
my hair looks like Sarah Palin's hair.
No, it's because you're like a crazy rogue gun-toting like crackerjack. Can't be trusted. You will go so rogue so fast.
I'm just gonna say this one time, Jake. You're mentally retarded.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna totally get in trouble for saying that. Borderline, I would say.
Borderline. Can't tell if Brian limped or opened or straddled under the gun. Malcolm opens at 30 and gets immediately 3-bet by Harlan.
New Madcap, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the game, Malcolm. It's a little bit different of a game. When Harlan plays on Veronica and Friends, he's not allowed to do this. He has to drink, and he has to play every hand.
Harlan's still playing hands.
No, I know, but he has to drink.
Yeah. The prerequisite to drinking at a poker table is a good thing, and not that we're encouraging
I feel like we should have
alcoholism, but we are condoning it.
Yeah, I feel like we should have like drinking only tables. Like no one wants the sober nit, right? Am I right or am I right? Vote for me for vice president.
All right.
Drinking tables only. You know, it would be funny, standing drinking tables.
No chairs. So you get like a poker table at like a bar stool, like a bar height, you know? Is everyone like standing around, leaning all over it, knocking chips over? You don't know me.
Yeah, this is what I do when I have too many drinks. Jake, do you want to know what your problem is? I tell him what his problem is all the time. Mike L raises to 35, the very handsome Mike L. Malcolm calls, Harlan calls.
And Aaron, who had lumped in the Queen 9 suited again, he's got an easy call, being laid a great price. And 5-way action to the flop.
And poker is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. Stones have their own cards. What? 3-5 jack on the flop, 2 spades. Malcolm's got the nut backdoor flush draw. Uncle Matty picks up a jack.
Should check all the way through. Check that. Malcolm likes to party. Malcolm with the ace of spades in his hand. Good card to have.
Sean McCormick says new cards. Hashtag new cards, new stones. I love the new cards. When did we get those? When did we become like
You've been gone
so
for a while.
big?
Uncle Matty too.
If we were boobs, we would have just got our implants. Like we're big time now.
Oh my god. So good. So good. Uncle Matty raises it with top pair and second kicker. Gets Malcolm off.
By the way, Sean McCormick, happy birthday. I know you had your birthday a little while ago. 38, I believe.
July 24th, 100-200 limit.
Yes. I am not allowed to do commentary. I was told. I will be doing the vlog game. Oh, let's see these. Ooh, oh my god, so trippy on your eyes, right?
Or not.
New new Stones Live. These are quite cool, I have to say.
I can dig it.
These are all the jokers. We're gonna put them back in the deck.
Okay, you're done.
Rick and Barstow says the Jake with implants, things that cannot be unseen. I guess the new cards are way easier to shuffle and deal too. Boo Richie says. We got some limpage going on, and Michael spikes a set on the flop.
Inside straight draw for Aaron, who had no choice but to play the 8 deuce. Also inside straight draw for Jason, once again on the wrong side of the straight draw.
And on the turn.
Brings in a second flush draw. Check, check.
Queen on the river. Mike's ahead here.
Mike was wanting to check raise the turn. Couldn't get any love. Not a lot Jason can do with that queen there. New Madcap wants to know, Veronica, where's your drink at?
I'm not allowed to drink in the booth. That's it. Talk to JFK Stones. And I don't know how long it will last, but I'm not drinking anymore.
What?
You know why? It's not for my own health. Well, it's not for any reason besides I'm getting fat. My belly is absolutely fat. I have to use like excessive mucho filters when I do Snapchats with my bathing suit. It's like 6 filters each time.
Puck66 watching Stones live from the hospital. Hope you're not on your deathbed, buddy.
Puck66, I hope you feel better. I hope it's nothing serious. I'm a nurse. Call me.
Do you have any action? Getting kind of like making kind of wagers on whether or not you're going to be able to not drink for?
So I have a weight loss wager with someone. Harlan raises to 25. Uncle Matty calls.
Are they selling action?
They might be. Brian also calls. 4-way to a flop, and we love it. And we love it. Ace 4.
Act normal, act normal. And unless he comes running out spades or a 5 or a deuce, there's probably no chop between Mike and Brian. They both try to play it cool.
Sly Cry, what's up? Welcome to the game.
Both players pick up straight draws to go along with their trip aces. Mike's not going to lead.
New Madcap.
And Uncle Matty, who picks up clubs, he makes a call. Now facing a bet and a call. Brian's just going to call with his trip aces. Ace is full now for Mike and Brian.
And Uncle Matty is not going to put another cent into this pot. Brian's just going to call for the chop.
Chop it up.
Excessive excess. That's my life. I bought you a Fitbit for your birthday. Where is it?
It's at home charging.
You're such an a-hole. How do you not wear a Fitbit when you're doing commentary with the person who bought you the Fitbit? And I wrapped it in Christmas wrap with a Trump picture on it.
Because it didn't go in my outfit.
Did you like your Trump picture?
Yes, Ying.
I thought it was special.
I'm so the fan.
I thought it was such a special thing for me to do for you. Wobright says show the belly. Wobright, like you saw me 2 days ago. I'm not fucking pregnant. I'm not effing pregnant. I'm just fat. I like eat ramen twice a day and like $100 worth of sushi a night. The worst thing about Vegas is everyone goes out to eat at like 2 a.m. and you're there till like 5.
That's like
and then you go to bed.
How is that the worst thing? That's
how you get fat. At home, I eat dinner at like 5 p.m. and then I go to bed at like 10.
I just think you're not doing enough cocaine when you're out there.
That is my problem. I'm not doing enough cocaine or any at all. That's my problem.
D22 So-So, hey.
I'm not a mod anywhere. Oh, sorry, D21 So-So. D22. Maybe you should be D21 and we make you a mod. Uncle Matty races to 25. Under the gun +2. Robert McRoberts obliges. Anthony, sitting on something, he calls.
Standard call from Anthony out of the blinds. I think he was debating whether or not a 3-bet or not. Standard call.
377,
A lot
Robert.
of sevens for Robert.
Pocket tables, he said, Coke doesn't make you automatically skinny. Tell that to the supermodels.
8 comes off, bringing a diamond. Anthony's not going to lead out with his nut diamond draw that is no good. Robert has already made a full house. Uncle Matty gets out of the way. We should see Robert raise. He does. Anthony's probably going to make the call because now Anthony's thinking exactly that Robert has a 7. Check back is now raised to get some value from it. And the only hand he's drawing dead against is 7-8. Can't really put Robert on 7-3. He's also dead to pocket 8s. And Anthony's got to figure out, okay, if I get a diamond, will Robert pay off? Unbeknownst to him.
Babyface
drawing
ATL.
dead.
What's up? Welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you in a while. Big Bruno, thank you. He said you're hot, Jake. No, he didn't. No one says you're hot. Is it tough being a man? It's tough being a man.
I totally, yeah.
You know when it's tough being a man? When it's break time at the World Series of Poker and you have to go to the bathroom.
No, that's what you just keep.
That's like super lineup. Like spend your entire break in that goddamn lineup.
You keep walking past. You just keep walking until you find a bathroom that doesn't have a line. Go right in, pee, and you walk back. You need the exercise in there. You're sitting for like 12 hours.
There was
a day.
a bathroom that I went to that was a man-woman bathroom. That was interesting. Like groups of guys in there talking strategy while I'm peeing. It's like a normal Friday. Jimmy Bluffett, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. It's a $10 straddle, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron raises to 65 with a king, queen of diamonds in the cutoff. And gets a bunch of college from Harlan, Uncle Matty, and Robert. King, queen, 4, please. 3-3 jack. Everybody misses.
Uncle Matty's got top pair. It's a pretty easy check for him.
Uncle Matty's got top pair, pardon me.
Did Robert bet the 4s there on the flop? I think Robert bet 4s. Uncle Matty had a pretty easy call. 3 on the turn, and Uncle Matty bet 60. Hey,
I told my jam and jelly joke when I was in Vegas lots, and like the old guys really loved it.
this is the same woman who will complain about, don't call a woman honey at the table.
Oh my God, this guy's like, listen, honey, let me tell you why you're so confused. And I like snapped,
you'll complain.
And I tore him a new a-hole.
You'll complain about that, and yet you'll tell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that as a woman I'm not allowed to tell funny jokes in order to not be belittled. Is that what you're telling me? That I should behave properly like a woman should? Before I can smack you upside the head?
Jason makes a 40 to go with the ace queen. Someone folded the jack 9 of spades.
Fried, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
Who folds jack 9?
King 3 on the flop, 2 diamonds. Uncle Matty's still ahead here with jacks, although he does check and Jason leads. Was Jason the original raiser?
Jason was the original raiser.
Yeah, so Jason c-bets. 8 of diamonds on the turn.
I don't like Jason c-betting there. On King 3, we have nut no pair. Queen comes off and Jason gets there. Jason checks back? I'm confused about what's going on in poker these days. On King 3 specifically, okay, we have nut no pair, and it's unlikely that opponents. I mean, the only better hands we get to fold are like pocket pairs, but I think a lot of pocket pairs are folding to 1 bet on King 3.
Yes.
So I think we should. It's pretty standard check that.
Yes.
And then once we get down the river, after Matty checks 3 streets there, and or after the turn goes check, the probability that Matty's checking a king on the river is slimmer. Once we river the queen, I think we can actually go for value there on the river. Pretty standard. And it's a bet fold spot. You bet and fold the raise.
So no good betting on the flop, good betting on the river. So he bet in the wrong spot.
Yeah, he bet and then he checked river.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have
done want that hand back. But then again,
Robert
Jason might be really high. I don't know.
Robert raises to 20. Harlan calls with a Jack 10. Oh, like me that hand.
These guys fold so much.
Ace 8 9. I know, right? And look at Harlan. What a beautiful flop for him. Backdoor flush draw with an open-ended straight draw. Robert bets 20. Harlan calls. 6 on the turn. Robert still got the ace. Check, check. 3 on the river. Robert scoops, or will. Sean McCormick says player checks back. Jake's head explodes. Jake mumbles all the way home. How do I ever lose in poker is beyond me. Well played, Sean McCormick. Well played.
I lose in poker
Sean McCormick
because
just like flopped quads there. Well played.
Oh my god.
Babyface ATL, there was a lot of mansplaining going on. And Jake, although he thinks he's this liberal, amazing guy, progressive, he freaking mansplains me all the time. Oh my god. Show me your nipple if you're going to keep coming over here. He's such a creep.
Oh my god.
He wasn't going to show me his nipple, Action Dan. Action Dan is in the hizzy. The 2-5 game's going to get crazy. Oh my god. Can I snap this? It wouldn't be the first nipple we saw. God, I love our Stones live cards. Harlan puts in a race to 20 on the button with a 6-4 because he's like, I'm bored. Let's do this. Sly Cry says nipples will be shown. Yes.
It seems like another one of those
Yiddies.
It seems like another one of the type of tables that we had the other night where the dynamics of it are where Harlan his style is really apt to run over everyone.
Yes.
Everyone's probably playing a little too tight. They're gonna have too many folds, and Harlan and everyone's just kind of like, try to like, oh, I'm gonna sit back and wait for a hand, and then I'll catch him like bluffing his wheels. And Harlan just doesn't do that at all. He'll be like really aggro in a lot of spots, but he's not just gonna like blast off like 3 streets with nothing.
Yes, he'll be more loose. He'll be aggro a little bit pre-flop, but
you gotta widen out with Harlan. You can't just sit there and nut pedal and think that
exactly.
and then you're suddenly gonna like 3-bet him huge, and then he's just gonna call you down with nothing.
When the entire table's nut pedaling, what do? You turn into Harlan.
Yeah.
Anthony's putting in a raise with pocket 3s to 25. Ghost of M, what's up? Missed you. Thought about you. Right there. Harlan calls. Malcolm calls. Brian is in the hand also. 5-6 Jack 2 diamonds. Brian picks up a pair.
Everyone's still beyond Malcolm's 7s. It's gonna check through. Let's get a 4 on the turn.
Ace. Texas AG98. I don't know if it's choppy. You can change your bandwidth speed or whatever it is. Deuce on the river. Save flush. What's up? Are you too sober right now?
I am too sober right now.
I can tell when you are.
I start zoning out.
Yeah.
Thinking about
hating me.
Yeah. What if they didn't make me move to the game?
Oh my god.
I'll stop.
Oh Gordon, baby Jesus, I gotta listen to this shit all night.
Our friend Mr. Earl Mencken final tabled the mixed 08.
Oh nice, just right now?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay.
Yeah, yesterday made the final table of the mixed 08, the 1500 mixed 08, just short of 700 entries. He started day 3, second in chips, had a rough go at it, and he was able to make the final table, unfortunately, and finished in 7th place.
How much did he cash for?
A little over 20.
Oh, that's still good.
Yeah, but I mean, Earl's wants hardware.
Yeah.
Let's all be real, don't we all? But
Yeah,
good run to our friend Mr. Earl Mankin.
I
Shout
needled
out.
him a lot about Barber getting the hardware and not him. You remember that tweet?
Yes, I do.
Oh, it was glorious. I'm gonna
Harlan picks up
retweet
a
it.
real hand.
Malcolm raises to 25. Harlan 3-bets to 80.
Out of position here. I don't think we can call the ace-5 suited. That picks in a 3-bet. Our range is complete, or we're dominated by our opponent's 3-betting range. Pretty standard fold. Back to Malcolm, and 4-bet or fold, or fold, or fold. And he elects to go with one of the latter options. But I mean, this is like the second or third time in just a few recent years that Earl's had a really, really deep run in an 08 event. He ran deep, I think, earlier this year in the, 1500 Limit 08. And last year before, he had a top 50 finish as well in the same event. And this was the 1500 Mixed 08. So we have 08, PL08, and Big O. And he final tabled that. We see, the few times we've seen Earl play on the stream, Earl can give a lot of action. He has a lot of fun. He has these stakes. When Earl wants to really crush poker, he knows what's up.
I think he's a brilliant guy. I like the fact that he's got a wide range to him. Like, he can whale it up, spew it. Because he doesn't care, because the money doesn't mean much to him. And then he can, like, actually play poker. And when he focuses in place, he's a crusher.
I like that he calls people at the table, calls them out for being nits.
Being nits?
For being nits. Being
Oh, being nits.
not being nits.
I don't know what you're saying.
I have somewhat of a speech impediment. I can't blame you.
Texas AG98 says, "Hey Bronco, it was nice to meet you last week. You too."
Robert limps in. Oh no, okay, thank God. I thought I misread the graphic. Okay, thank you. Robert makes it 70 to go, ace queen. Mike makes a call with the pocket eights out of the straddle. Brings Maddie in as well. And these three young gentlemen are going to have a three-way.
It's typical Saturday night for Robert.
Wee-wee.
Ace deuce 9, 2 diamonds. Robert picks up top pair, so does Uncle Matty.
I like Robert's check here.
Uncle Matty bets 125. Robert calls. Heads
Diamond
up.
for a sweat.
Ooh.
Oh, 8 comes off, and Michael would have got there. So sick. We're always one street too late. You can see it in Michael's eyes. Like, poker's stupid. Check, check on the turn. Diamond comes off on the river. Bet, and Maddie's got a call. I think we have a diamond in our hand. Wow, Maddie's going to fold.
It's a weird fold.
Well, so anyway, we have a diamond in our hand. I mean, it makes it, I mean, not obviously improbable, but it makes it less likely that Robert's got diamonds. And also, a lot of people are thinking if we once we made it pop 70 out of the blind and on a diamond flop, he'd probably be leading, especially because it was linked to him before. It's hard to put our opponents on it. Let's say Robert actually had like King Jack of diamonds there, something like that where he raises 70 and it comes down ace 9 deuce. It's hard to put our opponent on a strong ace, but that's a pretty broken board. I mean, never mind the flush draw. But I mean, it's hard to think anyone's got a big ace there because it was limped to him. I mean, we're losing to like ace 5, ace 4 suited hands like that might want to limp. You know, but other than that, no one's gonna really have a big ace there. So we'd expect most of our flush draw hands to be betting out there to get folds from other pairs, to get pocket 5s, pocket 6s.
Yeah.
So we don't want those hands to check through. So you'd expect our opponent to be betting diamonds leading diamonds on that flop, oftentimes, or check raising oftentimes. I mean, you can check a lot of flush draws as well, but
You're saying it's a weird fold.
it's a weird fold.
Okay, that's what I said too.
It's an exploitable fold.
Jason raises to 20. Aaron calls. Heads up. Ace King 10, 2 clubs. Aaron, oh, what a nice little flush draw. Jason ahead right now with pocket 4s. Aaron checks. Jason bets 30. Aaron says, okay, let's play. Or is he raising? Oh, that looks like a little raise. Jason folds the fours right
Jason might
away.
have suspected there that Aaron was up to no good, but it's hard to continue with fours on that board, even if our opponent.
You're getting raised? Yeah. Check
Yeah.
raised, right?
Yeah.
I check the ratio. I get super. I'm pretty laid back, but I get super irritated with the put you on ace king, man.
Oh my god.
I was so like.
I put you on ace king.
I was like,
It
there was
suited.
I got into a time machine, and it let me out in 2006 on this trip.
Veronica, it's because tournament poker is still being played in 2006.
It's crazy. Yeah, I put you on a 7 there. I put you on a 7. I'm like, what? No, no one talked about ranges.
Well, you should stop. Like,
No, I never said
Top to
anything to them.
bottom. Okay.
I didn't say anything to them.
As long
You're
as
the
you're-
one who gets mad at people and coaches them.
I don't know what you're talking about. Aaron makes it 20 to go off the button with the king queen. Anthony will defend the big blind with the 9-10 off.
Do you see my tweet about how crushing the seniors event is going to be in 40 years? 7-7 deuce on the flop. Nothing for nobody. King is still ahead. Check. Anthony checks. Ace is Ron. Puts in a little bet. Anthony's calling with 10 high. 5 on the turn. Anthony checks again. Check, check. King on the river. Aaron gets there. He was already there, though.
Anthony had other plans with his hand on the turn.
I think he was like
and a
floating
river.
the flop and then maybe.
Well, I think Anthony was probably going to lead river. Except for the river fell like a king, which hits a lot of the things that Aaron's going to open,
Yeah.
c-bet, then check back with.
If it was like a low river, maybe.
Then he probably would have led.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why he didn't do anything on the turn then. If the turn seemed like it didn't hit Aaron's range, wouldn't have hit Aaron's range.
I think he was just wanting
And
Aaron.
a flush draw missed.
He was either going to check raise Aaron on the turn, or if he checked back, he was going to let river. As long as an ace king queen really doesn't come off on the river. So if Aaron checks back, he's going to lead river. Maybe here's the thing. It says that there's not a lot of money in the pot. I just don't ever need to make moves like that in this kind of game. I mean, tournaments, where there's only so many hands you can win, and you need to make moves
Yes.
to float and the game to tread water to maintain your stack. Cash games, I just don't know. We need to make those kind of moves all the time.
Yes.
I mean, check calling. I mean, defending big blind 9-10 standard, whatever. But I mean, on 7-7 deuce against a player who's playing pretty snug, you really need to be getting cute there. On the Brett side, though, we talked about how on the stream we should be playing a little bit crazier, a little bit looser, some free advertising to be a little nutty. Maybe Anthony's taking advantage of that. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna not fold 9-10, no pair, no draw.
Yeah.
And then I'll go out to the outer tables and be the Rock of Gibraltar.
Coach Boo says it's a pretty tight table. When they only play when they have top pair of flush straight draw, which is pretty much everybody.
Standard.
Yeah. So I know you missed me.
I did miss you. I had no one to drink wine with.
Poker's boring to watch for 3 hours if you don't have sex jokes. It's true. I've seen you expecting Kyle to give you some
Sex jokes?
sex jokes, some good Veronica-isms. He doesn't, and then I see
And instead
the
it's
tears in your eyes.
It's limit hold'em and talking about rooting for sets. If I have sevens
And chip leaders on a cash game.
And I'll tell myself 7, 7, 7, 7, and then sometimes the 7 flops, and I think it works. 'Cause it's and I think to myself what?
It's so cute when people have elevator music in their heads all the time.
Oh my god.
Limp pot.
Boo.
Limp straddle pot. Coach Boo says, sex jokes, tell us more, Veronica. Oh, you haven't been watching long enough. Limp pots aren't fun. Everybody's in.
Ryan bets his queen with 35 in an $85 pot. I'm sorry, into a $50 pot. Bringing the pot to 85. Malcolm's got a jack. But we're out of position here. We do have a club. There is one club on the board. I think we can call. In the absence of a club, we can't call. With a club, it's like whatever.
It's like, whatever. That's how I make decisions. Jack on the turn. Now Malcolm's loving the fact that he stayed in his hand. He's probably going to check again. Let Brian continue.
And Brian should check back. He did check. Brian should be checking back. Brian doesn't listen to the stream often enough to know to be checking back. Brian bets 60. I mean, Brian can get value out of the 9-10 and the King 10.
Sly cry. I'm so impressed that you're like quoting Confucius. Oh, I thought that was Frank for a second. I really thought that was Frank.
Malcolm check calls.
I was totally kidding, by the way. You looked at me like I was crazy.
About what?
About nothing.
Check, check. I think Malcolm is going to want to revisit this hand and think of another betting line to get more value out of his trip jacks. Whether that's leading turn, check raising turn, and/or leading river. I think we might want to, come back to that one.
Grab her booty, bro. What's up? Welcome to the chat.
Malcolm looks like he plays baseball.
No, he doesn't play baseball. He's a football player.
I think Malcolm could be a footballer.
And he does a lot of weight training, CrossFit kind of stuff.
Pokering.
You got to do something to keep the insanity away from like playing poker a lot. Playing poker a lot will make you crazy.
I started drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
Who's
stop
gonna drink
doing
with me now?
There's other inner circle peeps that we have. It's not just me. You've got other people.
Really?
You got Ozzy. You've got Robert McRoberts.
Yeah, go ahead. Pan the room. Yeah.
Robert McRoberts.
You're my number one drinking buddy, and now
you
you're
never go. You never go to karaoke with me anymore. Karaoke.
Anthony makes it 55 to go with a 6-7 of spades. Love that. You get looked up by Uncle Matty and Aaron. Harley makes a call with a 10-7 of hearts as well. 4 away to the flop. Already 240 in the pot. 3-4-6.
And Uncle Matty.
Yeah, I'll put in for Uncle Matty. Harlan's got an inside straight draw, backdoor hard draw. Aaron's got an overpair, and Anthony's got top pair.
And
Harlan
we love it.
A lead and a call, and I don't think Anthony's going to be able to continue here with this pair of sixes and inside straight draw.
King on the turn. Now Harlan picks up a flush draw.
You can't stop bluffing now. It's like 300.
Hey, it's good to win the first one.
Uncle Matty kindly obliges.
275 is official bet.
5 on the river. Uncle Matty, this might be a death card for Uncle Matty.
Harlan makes it straight, and Uncle Matty might just find the hand's going to pay him off. There's 1,100 in the pot. Quick call. Betting a call, and he's going to get the bad news. The bet is 340, it looks like.
Matty says, oh my gosh, I hate that river. I hate that river. Chris Steamer, he said, shakes his head. No, that was sick.
Hiya. Harlan.
Sly Cry says it's more important for me to have a flat stomach than to have you have a drinking buddy.
Whatever, Sly Cry.
You're not my real stepdad.
See if I ever buy you a drink. I know who's not my new drinking buddy. Sly Cry. TXAG98. Got beat up in LA, but killed it in Las Vegas. Even the young pros are giving it away in this trip. Nice.
Sean McCormick says karaoke when I get there, B. Yep. I'll do it.
Sure.
Your own personal
karaoke with some other guy. Whatever.
No, you're invited.
Oh, cool.
Jeremy Spoken. That's his song.
It is. Mike's gonna make it 30 to go with a 5-7 of hearts. See what Jason does when he comes back around to him. Is Jason just calling ace king? God damn it, Jason.
Oh, I don't think I can be friends with Jason. Ace queen 6 on the flop. He's super under-repping his hand. Jason checks now.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, Ochocinco.
Uncle Matty checks.
Your God-given name.
Mike bets 60.
There's so much resemblance there. Ochocinco.
And normally when we got the 7 high here on this board, I think checking back is an option, especially when you have the backdoor hard draw and the backdoor straight draw.
And there's a heart on the turn.
Hope springs eternal. You can't stop now. A lot of opponents will fold, you know, a queen here or a weak ace, a 2 streaks of aggression. Mike's gonna go ahead and put in a second bet. Jason's got another option to call. Like, it's not a good board for his hand. Not a great board, I should say. Now when your opponent bets twice.
5 of spades on the river.
Hey, chips and
Mike picks
service
up a pair
on
now.
11, please. Chips and
That's
service.
about it.
And if
Chips
Mike's,
and service, table
if Mike
11.
is now trying to think of trying to get Jason off of a hand like ace 8, ace 9, he's gonna have to put in a really big bet. Of course, we know that Jason's got the ace king and isn't going anywhere. Check, check. Jason's gonna show it down.
Proper 3-bet. Welcome to the game. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Proper 3-bet was actually on one of the first Veronica and Friends. Like, it was the second Veronica and Friends I ever had.
And Risk666 says that you're stunning.
He hasn't seen me in real life.
You haven't seen her play poker. Trust me, your opinion of her will dramatically change.
Everybody loves a whale.
I do love. You had one of my favorite tweets, you know, of past week. Is I just folded King 10 suited or with offsuit.
Offsuit,
King 10 off
under the gun.
because I'm improving myself.
It was true. It was true. You know
Oh my
how hard it was
God.
to do that?
Oh, God bless the whales in America.
And Baldy, what's up? Thank you. I appreciate being back. Senator Jaws, what's up? It's true. I'm
just
super
love-
whaley. I
That's
am.
what I loved about, like, I love that it was that you were being genuine there. That like that you folding King 10 off under the gun was actually painful. That you had to make a logical decision. Like, no, I'm not gonna whale. I'm gonna play good today.
I'm gonna play well today.
And I'm gonna play well. And a piece of you died because of it.
Yes.
I love that you're being genuine there.
I love playing lots of hands. That's why I love cash, because you can kind of, you know, you get boopity boppity in there. You can just,
play lots of hands.
just like smile and borrow money from your friends.
Oh God.
This is a $20 pot. It's better to talk about poker funny stuff.
It is.
You notice you got like last on the list, and Bali says, hello, Wabrai, Rick, Jake. Oh, you're before everyone. You're before everyone.
I'm before, you know, and others.
We should have another Twitch game. We're having a vlogger game. A vlogger game. Which I'm excited about. I think you and I are doing commentary.
Are we?
And then we're going to have a 100, 200 limit game. No limit hold'em.
I can dig that.
And I'm not allowed to do commentary, but whatever. I'll live with it.
I would hope that we have Kyle Tatum
It's
coming.
Kyle. It's
Okay,
Kyle. Because he's a limit expert. Limit pro.
Because he's, a limited player.
Limited.
It's not a lower level, though.
I love Kyle. Don't get me wrong. And he's,
He's a
I
good-
have
he's
to
a good
say,
human.
he's
Although-
handsome. Like, I think a lot of times I just look at his snaps without the volume on because he's good looking. I'm sorry, I use him. Harlan raises to 25 in the hijack with a queen 6 suited, and we love it. Uncle Matty, he calls.
We can do like a Tanya Harding.
Woo! What is going on here? Jason calls. Brian says, let's go upstairs, boys. 3-bet to 100.
I think he can actually go a little bit larger with a bet and 2 colors, and he's being out of position. I think he can go a little bit larger with his 3-bet sizing there.
Oh, JFK Stone says commentating for the vlogger game is Veronica and Bart Hansen! I won the lottery. I love Bart Hansen. Him and Tuck are like my favorite. You know when you and I talk like, oh, we wish we could be like them? We'll never be like them. He gets 3 callers, 3 bets to 100, 3 callers, 4-way to a flop.
And Uncle Matty's open-ended.
4, 7, 10 on the flop, 2 diamonds.
We should be checking here.
Brian and Uncle Matty both pick up a
I
backdoor
don't see
flush
how-
draw.
yeah.
They're being optimistic.
Brian correctly checks here. There's 405 in the pot, and Matt is going to go for it. We got 9 high and a lot of outs. Immediately gets Jason to fold the only pair, and this should get through.
Deja vu.
And
What's
you hear
up?
Harlan say, geez, really? You're the only one that hit that. Harlan almost feels like it's up to him to be the hero here. But not much we can do with the queen 6. And just like that, Matty gets a little bit back. And we love it.
Rick and Barca said I hugged him and his wife didn't get mad. And Sly Cry said full frontal, or did she do the side slide? Full frontal hug. It's Rick. I tweeted it today too, and I put it on my Snapchat. Where are you guys? Why are you not seeing this? Why is everyone not Snapchatting me?
Because you don't quit responding to people.
What are you talking about? It's just you.
Oh. Oh.
That's like the face of orgasm or disappointment. One of those two things.
Yeah, no, those are not the same face.
Oh.
So let's rewind it there. We have a bet at 25, call 20 bet, call 25, and Brian has picked up ace king out of the small line. We're out of position. Where's your 3-bet size in there?
I would go. I would go like 175, 150, 175 ish. Yeah, I think 100's a little too small.
I agree.
How do you feel? Are you okay? Does that feel weird?
I'm still in shock. I mean, I'm not in shock, I guess. Just disappointed to find that I was the only one that you're not responding to anymore. I mean, now I'm agreeing with you. I just don't know if I.
And I'm folding King 10 offsuit under the gun in a tournament.
It's like you're just a whole different. It's like you're a whole different person. What happened to that Whaley person I knew and loved and hated? What happened to that, Veronica?
I lost all my money.
And now you don't drink anymore. There it is. Now this person I agree with is playing better poker, isn't drinking. You're like not my best friend anymore.
But my poker coach totally dumped me. Like, he won't coach me anymore because I can't learn.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a whale. No, he seriously, like,
Yeah.
he gave up on me. He was like, no, we can't do this anymore. This is too embarrassing for me.
Yeah. Because people see how you play, and if like word gets on the street, it's like, oh, is he a decent coach? Well, he coaches that Veronica chick.
Yeah, so
and
no.
she's- yeah.
And now he lost all his business.
Yeah.
And he was like, make sure you don't tell anyone that
She's
I
like,
coached you.
Like, you mean that blonde chick with the symbols? Yeah. Like, yeah.
Her.
Her.
The one that's slightly confused.
Robert raises up pre-flop, takes it down. Deja vu. In the chat.
So I started classes today, and here I am.
So it's like it sucks because I don't. Yeah.
What classes?
From Mount Road.
Linear regression analysis with Python. Super awesome, right? It sounds like so much fun.
It does. It's like that, or like go to like a water park. I just can't ever decide which one to do.
Yeah, or that, or like drinking excessive amounts of wine.
That I know what to do.
I don't want to remember my 40s. Maybe I should start drinking wine again. I feel like I haven't drank in a whole day.
That's really how I feel about it. Harlan makes it 40 to go with pocket sixes.
When did I get
Looked up at
home?
Brian S.
Rick and Barstow, I got home at like 11:30 p.m. last night because there were 4 massive car accidents. It looks like it's going to be heads up to a flop. Nope, Aaron's in this. Ace deuce 3. Did Anthony call also? No, he did not. Anthony's too much of a nit to play that hand. I'm just kidding, Anthony. You know I love you. Looks like it's checked to Brian, and Brian puts in a bet of 60 with an ace. Pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron calls with an inside straight draw. Bink, bink.
Straight to the 6 with a redraw to the flush. Check. Oh no, I'm sorry. Check over to Aaron.
Aaron's gonna try to get value out of an ace. Hopefully a bigger ace, he thinks. Yeah, and
I don't
he's
think we
going
can fold
to.
ace 9 just yet. But we're definitely folding. If Aaron bets river again, I think there's no worse
I
hands he
think
has.
it's a kind of a safe river. It's not a diamond, and it's not a 4-card Well, I mean, it is 4 cards to a straight, but
We can't call here now. I don't mind the call on the turn. I think it's a little premature to give up on the turn.
if the river was a 6, for sure it kills action.
I don't think the 6 changes anything.
Well, it just gives more cards to more straights. I can't see this person's name. Who is this? You have... I can't see their name.
So I saw like whited out. I can't see it
Yeah.
either.
Aaron Bitts 150.
WCS Trophy 1.
Is Brian calls with an ace.
Yeah, I'm not in love
Wow.
with it. To the 6. To the 6.
I mean, you're trying to squeeze value out of an ace, and Aaron just did that, and I think he got, could he get any more out of him? Oh, Matt is here! That's my Matt, right? Oh, I gotta go say hi to Matt. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Sorry, I love you. Matt and I are friends now. If you watch my Snapchat, we go for coffee. We have coffee and we talk. His skin looks like butter. Don't be jelly. Don't be jelly, because all the crushers are my friends. He hates me so much. Just hanging out with some bracelet winners, that's all, while I was there. Just going for sushi.
I love that Mattisau came up to you, started telling you bad beat stories.
Who?
Mattisau?
Oh yeah. So Todd Brunson comes up to me because Todd Brunson and I are like Twitter BFFs. Well, he's my bae. And then he finally meets me in person, and he comes up to me and talks to me. And then Mike Mattisau pulls up in his little scooter right in between us.
Why are you yelling?
Because I talk like this because I'm an angry Polak. And he starts telling bad beat stories to Todd. And I'm standing there, I'm like, me and Todd are having a moment. And he totally destroyed our moment. Jerk. This is a lemon pot. Why do you care?
Yelling really loud.
Because I yell, and you know I yell. And wait till you start talking about Jesus, he'll start yelling too.
This is true. Flop checks through. Heart comes off on the turn. Anthony's now got top pair and a flush draw. Uncle Matty's got a king. Aaron's got a flush draw as well. Uncle Matty's got a caller with a king. And Aaron is going to overcall. 3 of hearts. 3 of hearts.
3 of hearts. Jack.
Jack has spades. Jack has spades. Bomb the pot. No, we need more. Bigger bombs. Aaron bets 80. I think we need to be betting more with our bluffs. As it is, both Matty and Anthony fold, and Anthony takes down with 6 high.
This is kind of, honestly, a smaller game for a typical 5-5, don't you think?
It feels like it for sure.
Yeah. Did I say hello to Texas AG98? What's up? Nice to see you in the chat.
Finchy Poo 88
Finchy Poo was sitting at my table.
says that Mike almost hit him with a scooter.
Yeah.
What a weenie.
Yeah, he is a weenie. Finchy Poo is Canadian, and he's very nice, so he can't say mean words, so he says weenie. And he was saying Canadian jokes and stuff.
Jason makes it 40 to go.
Malcolm says, let's go upstairs. 3 bets. Looked like a 3 bet to 80.
I don't
Which
like
is weird.
it.
It's a weird 3 bet, right? It's like a min
What
raise.
was the open to 40 and
40,
you,
yeah.
and you click back?
Click back, yeah. 7, 9, 10.
I don't like calling with the queen jack here versus the 3 bet, but we kind of get priced in once they said our opponent min raises us.
It's not bad now.
And now it's not bad at all. Malcolm bets 110. I don't think we have any other option here but to call. Good call from Jason.
Deuce.
Brings a second flush draw.
Shaq Spencer says queen on the turn. That would have been fun.
Malcolm. Once again, I don't think we have any options here but a call. I think folding's a little bit premature. Jason, get your hand off your cards. You're not folding.
Men have been known to do worse things at different bad times.
Jason. Jason might be worried that he has two dirty. He might be worried about the dirty outs of that a spade or a heart might be dirty. Like a dirty 8 or a dirty king. That might be a spade or a heart. But I mean, the way Malcolm played the hand, I mean, really is he? I mean, what, ace king of spades or ace queen spades? Well, no, he's got the queen of spades.
Yeah,
in his
he
hand.
had the queen of spades.
So
he also had a heart.
I think that's a little premature. I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't be too worried about having too many dirty outs there.
Well, you know what I would have done?
Hit that.
I would have hit it like it was a dirty whore out of sapphires.
And I'm the one who gets told to watch my language in the booth.
Whore?
It's more about subject matter.
You don't get told anything. I'm the one who gets pulled in the back all the time. You're Jake with the beard. Blah blah blah. Everyone loves me. I'm Jake.
Sean McCormack.
We're not friends anymore, man. Sean McCormack is still needling me.
Shaq Spencer, what are you trying to do? Learning linear regression, predictive analytics.
Jimmy Bluffett, no, I don't think I'm going to make it out to Vegas this summer. Too much life stuff going on.
We got a limp pot. It was a $10 straddle. King 4 deuce on the flop. It looks like Uncle Matty's ahead with a 4. 7 on the turn, checked around. Jay Cruz, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Fizz UL, welcome to the chat. Roasted so hard. I don't know who's roasted. Queen on the river is all checked around. Let's see. Aaron's gonna take a. Yeah, he took a stab at it.
Took a check back at it.
He didn't even bet. He just put his chips out and everyone folded. I love that.
For poker purposes, you're getting a job with 538 to predict the next election. No, I don't think her linear regression studies has anything to do with poker.
Nothing to do with poker. Everyone I meet's like, oh yeah, so how's it working for Stones all the time? Like, what else do you do for them? I'm like, I don't.
She's a greeter.
I'm a greeter at Olive Garden.
She parks cars.
At Olive Garden.
She works in the valet.
That is such a good, like, yeah, I'm a greeter at Olive Garden. How are you? How you doing?
Are you kind of talking shit stuff about, are you saying that it's not good enough, that you're too good to work at the Olive Gardens?
Yeah, after I get a college degree, I am. Yeah, sorry.
8, 9. Jason flops top pair. Uncle Matty's open-ended with a backdoor hard draw.
They're 50-50. You win or you lose. Boopity-boppity. 3 of hearts on the turn. Now Uncle Matty picks up a flush draw also. Sean McCormick says I have unlimited breadsticks, and that's why I'm fat.
Matty bets 45. Still no fold from Jason.
King on the river. Jason ahead here with a 9.
We lose the king high heart draws.
M. Baldy says dog whispering going nowhere. No, Uncle Matty's a great dog whisperer, actually.
Please fold in the chat. What's up, Dalton?
What's up? Please fold.
Dalton and I got involved in one of those legendary, like, 1-3 games here that goes, like, out of control.
Oh, I thought, like, you guys got involved in a confrontation with each other.
No, we got involved in a relationship with each other. We're together now.
Oh.
No, but, no, we got mixed up in this.
Get in line.
Yeah, 1-3 game that time forgot, kind of. It was a mess. We had between 10 and 15K on the table. I'm probably exaggerating that a little bit, but it was
No,
insane.
it's pretty standard around here.
Yeah, it was. I finally tapped out around, I want to say it was like midnight, 1 o'clock, had other things to do. I get a text message from Dalton at 6 a.m. and the game was still going.
Nice.
We'll put it this way, people were putting in $500 and $600 on the flop without looking at their hand. And somehow
That's called Gambo.
And somehow I lost 3 of those pots with top pair.
Nice.
It was wonderful.
Anthony raises
And
to 20.
still made money in the game. It was great.
And picks it up. Stug OTZ, Uncle Matty, VPIP is at least 99.9. The opposite of that. Senator Joss says he'll take the under. If you guys think Uncle Matty's VPIP is even like above 50, you don't know what a VPIP is. Ooh, Sarah at the table. Love her. I follow her Snap. She's always bitching on Snap. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Very bitchy on Snap. She's gonna love me for saying that, but it's true. Just keeping it real. Nikki looks so freaking cute today. I love Nikki.
Sorry, I just hung out with it.
It looks like Anthony put in a little race here.
Anthony opens an early position at 35.
Harlan 3-bets.
Immediately to 110, and someone just threw away. Did Uncle Matty throw away his king? No, he did not throw away his king. No, he called. Thank God. All right, I can still love Uncle Matty.
You just call there with your Uncle Matty? You just call the 3-bet?
I 4-bet the balls out of Harlan there.
I totally 4-bet the balls out of Harlan.
I'm probably making it like 400 to go.
And you'll get value out of worse hands too with Harlan. 5, 6, 8 on the flop. Ace King still ahead. Check, check, check. 10 on the turn. Anthony picks up top pair. Now, what's Anthony going to do out of position after it's been checked all around?
He checks. It's a standard check.
Deuce on the river.
And you just hope it checks through. Pair 10's good.
I'm seriously thinking about going back to Vegas this weekend. I can't. Like, I have so much stuff to do, but I want to go back. I might go back in July.
Or you stay.
It doesn't sound good.
you watch my kids on Sunday so I can play the Stones last Sunday of the month tournament.
Sorry, did that finger come out by accident? No.
I got a seat. Here, then you buy my seat for me. You play.
You're gonna buy half my action?
No, I already have a seat. I need to sell you my seat.
Oh no, I'll buy it for $150. Look at his face.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. She's a cold-hearted. Oh God.
Look, I'll think about watching your kids if you give me 40% of your action.
Poker Sniper says he's up over 6,500 in his last 30 hours at 2.5.
Did you hear me?
You'll watch my kid.
For 40% of your action. I'll think
40% of my action.
Yeah, I'll think about watching your kids for 40% of your action.
You're high.
Sorry, I probably am. No bueno then. I watched your kids for free before. For free. I'm the best babysitter in the world. And we went trampolining.
And then you gave them coffee and gave them back to me.
On purpose? I did. I gave them coffee, like excessive amounts of coffee and candy and sugar. Of course, I fed them properly first. And then I gave them back like an hour before you got them.
She gives me each an espresso and then an RJ, she like shakes them up and like, here's your kids back.
I did that on purpose.
And I had like 2 little kid cocktails running around the house.
And your son was running around like he was on cocaine. He climbed the wall. I'm the best friend in the world. That was the funniest thing I've done to him in a while. Oh man, I'm such a good best friend. But in my defense, they manipulated me. Oh yeah, we drink coffee every day. Oh, okay. Well, let's just wait till 4 p.m. because your dad's picking you up at 5. Yeah, we drink coffee all the time.
I told her the night before, I said, by the way, the good kids lied up, but by the way, they're going to lie to you. And they'll tell you that
they lied to me all day about everything.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, we totally drink beer.
All right, back to
Malcolm
poker.
Races to 25.
Harlan just
Everybody
calls ace king.
Yeah, this is so weird. What's Harlan doing? He's mixing it up though.
World.
But he's mixing it up, you know. He's like just.
I don't like it.
He's under-repping his hand big time. Checked around. 5 on the turn.
And Malcolm is now going to fire out his 6s. And Harlan is regretting not 3-betting. I could have just 3-bet and won the pot. Instead, I threw away some money.
Mad Boar, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. Did someone open up a weird hat store next to Stones? No. Malcolm's gonna pick this up with 6s. Very interesting. So all the crushers are back in town.
Yeah, they're
Well,
trickling
most of
back in.
them. They're trickling back in, so the games are gonna get all sharkish again.
Please fold it. Yes, I will likely be playing. If a couple characters in the room are still in the room by the time the stream is up, yes, I will be jumping in either the 2-5 or the 1-3 if the 1-3 gets taken off.
It's a live stream now.
40%. I'll take 40%. 40% is better than not being able to play. Look at how much steam is coming out of his ears right now. How much steam?
I'll sell it to. You know what? I'd be better off selling it to Postle and like at a discount and just like, hey, I'll give it to you for like $250.
I'm gonna text him right now and I'm gonna tell him not to send.
For $250 and 10%.
No, I'm gonna
And
tell
I'll
him.
get 10% of his action. $250.
And you'll
I
make
can't
less
lose.
money.
Bull. Well,
I'm gonna text him right now and I'm gonna tell him not to sell you shit.
no one's got much of anything in this hand. Rick and Bart says, break out the jackets. It's down to 100 now. What did it hit, like 107 today, 108? How hot
It's
was it
locked.
today?
Mike Postle's not selling him shit. I mean anything.
We'll see what happens.
I'm just so like gonna ruin your life right now, which is what I really enjoy doing because I'm your best friend.
Yeah. What happens next?
Please fold says I've got your first drink if you decide to stay. I think that was for me, right?
Sure.
I'll think about it.
Thinking how about it's with a new best friend. And a new drinking buddy.
We have a straddle on. Mr. Harlan's got the straddle. $10.
So
Sly Cry, thanks for pointing it out, jerk. You have to point it out? It's like when I see your third nipple, I'm gonna be like, oh, look at that third nipple. Let's talk about it while we're in public. Mike L raises to 35. Aaron's looking at his stack. Aaron's got pocket eights. He's coming along for this ride. He'll just call. Got a 50-50. Deuce, 4-5. Aaron's still ahead here. Checks. Action's on Mike. He's on the button. He's going to C-bet now. I don't know if I love this C-bet. Aaron quickly calls. 7 on the turn.
yeah, Aaron's gonna mostly have like small pairs and small ace-X hands. Deuce 5-4 is probably not the best board to try to get Aaron off of anything. Probably should be just checking back and hoping that we can catch up.
Yeah, definitely.
Although at the same time, we saw Aaron limp king queen earlier, and then I mean, so. Mr. Colt 44, what's up?
Jake's beard is so cool. Would you shave it and send it to me so I can keep it in my pillowcase? It probably smells of rich mahogany and leather-bound books and a lot of whiskey.
A lot of whiskey.
Ulysses. This is what Ulysses smells like. Sly Cry, you're the worst. Ugh, I wore almost nothing today because it's 145 degrees outside.
It's not cold.
My cat's breath smells like cat food. It's not cold. Oh, sobriety. So everybody calls the limp, the $10 straddle, I should say. Harlan pumps it up to 30.
Can't win with it, right, Patty?
Can you really blame him though?
Fast Freddy says small ace suits is likely totally in the range. Of course, but that's no. If our small suit aces are in the range of our opponent, we shouldn't bet.
7-8 queen on
That's a
the flop.
misunderstanding,
Harlan
man.
flops top pair and leads. Looks like everybody's folding. Harlan picks it up. He said, these are my lucky ones, baby. He did have a back row flush draw also.
Queen Jack. Have you noticed the flop?
Queen Jack flops, yeah.
So we talked about streaming before, like, you know, it's a chance for free advertising. You know,
Yes.
and like playing. Robert Y.
The worst.
He.
I love
the
him.
end. Good talk.
I love him. I'm just joking.
But sorry, I lost my train of thought. He could don't stop. Robert could totally get on the stream and whale it up a little bit, and then when he gets off the tables, could like make a fortune printing. He could print money. Robert Wise got this like table image of being one of the nittiest nits from Nitville, unless he's drinking, and then in case he gets pretty whaley.
Do you know how much action I get when people see me on the stream? And I'm like that all the time though. But I get a ton of action.
Fast Foods is big blind rates. I'm sorry, I miss. I think I'm missing what hand you're referring to. Big blind rates is really not standard after 5 call with queen jack suited. Lucky not dominated 3-bet squeeze maybe, but not raised like this. Okay, I got you. I follow you.
Fast Freddy, bring him in the booth.
You know we haven't had in the chat in a while was
I know, 678.
678.
He doesn't love us anymore.
And
He's doing meth in the streets of Mexico, but he'll be back.
he'll be back. Everyone eventually comes around.
Brian races to 25. Mike calls.
I want to say something, but
House get more than.
Yeah, I thought that was code for your better raise.
Uncle Matty calls, and Jason reaches for chips also.
Overway action.
5-10 queen on the flop.
Mike's
Brian flops
open-ended. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Mike's open-ended. Brian's got top pair, top kicker, and Uncle Matty's got an inside straight draw.
Monkey Climber says this guy's eating more than playing. Holy smokes. Yeah, the food is good here. The food is really good. We have a 24-hour restaurant. No smoke. It's amazing here. I missed it. 7 on the turn.
just what you want, Carl.
I was nauseous my first night in Vegas from all the smoke. I'm just saying.
It really, really hurts.
It's horrible.
Brian's checked.
Checked around to Mike. Mike's still open-ended.
$175.
Now, Brian's kind of like passively played this hand.
Well, he led flop and then checked turn. Pot control. I think it's the worst.
Yeah. You think it's the worst?
I don't know. I don't think it's the
Oh,
worst.
yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think
And
it's
we
the
should have a
worst.
standard call here. There it is.
King on the river.
Mike gets there. And Brian now loses to King Queen, as well as the Jack 9.
Oh,
Brian
split
should
screen.
be checking here, right? As he does.
Now Mike's got to think of a good size that can get a 2-pair king, queen, ace, queen hand to call. King, queen, queen 10. What's a good size?
I'm probably betting about 330.
You could also make it look kind of bluffy and go a little overboard with it.
The problem is the only draw I got there. I think you can even go on the lighter side, because all your queen X hands now have an overcard. And obviously Queen 10's not folding, King Queen's not folding,
Yeah.
but Ace Queen Queen Jack.
Senator Jaws, what's up? We do have big New York strip steaks. No? We don't? What kind of steaks do we have? I thought we had big steak. What steaks do we have?
I don't know what the steaks are here.
We have
People
5
order-
10
people-
steaks.
They order the flat iron steak. It's
5 5 steaks.
5 steaks. Yeah, and the first Sunday.
10 25 steaks.
We run a 10-20.
And we run a 10 20 steaks too.
And when Sasha's in the room, we definitely have high steaks.
Yes.
Malcolm opens up to 25 with a 5-7 spades. Gets looked at by Uncle Matty. Uncle Matty's playing more hands than he usually does. I like it. Gets looked at by Mike
Maybe
and Brian
that
as well.
F it button actually exists on Uncle Matty.
6, 7, 8, and Brian flops the world. Malcolm has got a pair and an open-ended straight flush draw. Chips. Leads for 55. The irony part here is that Malcolm's he's blocking draws. It's hard to get better hands to fold. As good as his hand is, I think checking, especially out of position against so many opponents, is definitely an option. As it is, he does bet. Now it's a check raised to 155.
Malcolm quickly calls. Queen on the turn. Malcolm checks. Check, check.
And Malcolm somehow can't believe that he pricked out the world. As well as he was dead to a spade. It's one of those weird hands for Malcolm, you know, going back to the flop play. As strong as our hand is with a pair and an open-ended straight flush draw, that's the only hand I'd much rather be check raising with and putting pressure on an opponent who see bets rather than betting it myself. Because like I said, it's hard to get better hands to fold there. And in other words, we're blocking all the draws.
Yeah. Sugar Shorts, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
Monkey Climber says that Brian needs to go all out. I don't know.
Dave from Vegas, what's up? D-Val, 17, welcome to the chat. Drew Beats says Vape Nation. Have you vaped ever?
No.
I went and did
I have a beard, but I don't wear overalls. I'm not a hipster. I don't vape.
overalls. Who wears overalls?
Hipsters. And they vape. This is what the interweb tells me.
The interweb.
Anyhow.
You know what? But the problem is, all my best friends are old men. They're younger than me, but they're old men inside. All my best guy friends are like 90 years old inside. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. The interweb. This whole Snapchat thing. D-Val wants a shout out from you, Jake.
D-Val 17. Hey. What's up? Raise a 20 from Jason off the button.
Casey Mert, what's up? Nice to see you. Brian calls. Heads up.
Luther 419 says that's just rude, lady.
Ace Queen Jack, Ace Queen 7. Stop messing with my brain. Quit playing games with my heart. LB71111 says Brill, my favorite little troll. I can troll a little bit.
Did Todd Brunson ever take you out for coffee?
Who?
Todd. Did Todd ever take you out to coffee?
No, he didn't. And you know what? Todd Brunson was like super awkward. He just came up to me. He was like, "Hi, how are you?" He was all like weird and shy. Then Mike Matisow came and ruined it all. I thought we were gonna talk. He said he'd take me out for coffee. I know he's married. I know he's married. I'm just joking.
You could probably be like pretty like intimidating. You're very loud.
I am.
Very sex jokes.
Ah.
I can see for an uptight, proper Christian guy like Todd, where you might be a little bit much.
Or take that Christian right out of him. Limp Check Ray says I'm 28, but I identify as a 64-year-old. Can you imagine? I identify as a senior. I'd like to get into the super seniors place.
Oh God, stop. Harlan makes it 35 to go. 6-5 offer. Brian makes a call with the suited ace on the button. Good position, like that. Good flat. Mike now. We defend the straddle with the 6-3 diamonds. No, Mike, don't you reach for those cards like you're gonna fold them, Mike. Mike.
Luther 419.
Mike.
They already do. It doesn't bother me. I'm fine. Heads up. Heads up.
Guy Mount. I'm so friend zoned.
Jack, Jack 5.
This is hard to watch.
2 spades. Brian flops the nut. Flush draw. Harlan's got 6-5. He's got a pair. Harlan leads this. That's 60. Brian can't fold. 6 on the turn. Now Harlan picks up 2 pair, but it's no good. He's got jacks and 6s now still.
No, he's still good.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like
Oh, no, yeah, it's not like, yeah. But he's got more outs to a boat.
more oots. Yeah.
More roots to a boat.
More oots to a boot. I love it.
Bet 100. Quick call.
Ooh, honey Chad, no you didn't. You hit that flush on the river. And now what is Harlan gonna do? He checks correctly. Harlan's just like the crusher now.
Pretty standard check.
You know what you are? You're just jelly. You're just sitting right next to me. And you're like,
Evidently, the problem is that I'm friend zoned.
why are
So
you,
friend zoned. This is
why
hard
are
to
you
watch.
talking about Harlan? I'm the best player ever. I'm jelly. Oh, Todd and Max's Roma deli is pretty good and reasonably priced.
Brian bets 300, and Harlan is never calling there. You can nudge Veronica's shoulder. What if I want to nudge your shoulder?
Nudge it.
No, I want to nudge Guy or Mao.
Oh, see, he doesn't want to touch my shoulder.
I want to touch you.
The $1 million limit hold'em event. Get down here. Get you
They
some.
gave away 3 seats on Saturday.
I heard. I
still
saw
hoping-
the tweet.
I'm hoping for my good friend, Mr. David Dillman, Triple D as we know him. He's played on the stream before. I'm hoping that he gets in. He's out there grinding the limit game right now, trying to win his spot in the $1 million hold'em game.
Slack Cry says Harlan is not even in Jake's zip code for skills at poker. Now salad eating might be superior. You're just not eating enough salads, probably. Ace, Jack, Queen on the flop.
Uncle Matty flops bottom 2. Harlan's got an ace. Pretty standard check call for Harlan. Don't see, we can't get away yet.
MTG, that's like such a creeper question. Ask me what shampoo I use.
Yeah, that's a trap. Wow, Harlan folds a pair of aces. Wizard. Limp checker is nudged like 4 shoulders today. Overshot my EV. Oh, that's good. 40K player appreciation tournament. Qualify by cashing in daily tournaments here at Stone's Gambling Hall.
MTG. My God, it's so creepy. I just saw your hair smelled good this morning. Oh God. Oh God. Can you imagine if like he was under my bed and I didn't know it and he was just smelling my hair and then my alarm goes off and he creeps back under the bed?
Harlan makes it 30 to go with the jacks. Robert, why? Play some hands. Pretend to run better. You know, that's like my answer to everything. Casey Mert thinks you're pretty cool. Anthony now, he's got the ace king.
4 bets to 110.
It's actually a 3 bet.
Oh yeah, because there's a straddle, right?
Yeah. We know Harlan's not folding. I don't like 4 betting here. Really, I mean, it would be a real 4 bet, but I don't like 4 betting jacks here. We're in position. Flatting, I think, is pretty standard. Folding is way too exploitable. I think there's no
he's
other
never
option.
folding. He's
there's
never.
yeah, there's no
Harlan.
other option other than to call.
Shaq Spencer.
Shit.
Shaq Spencer says
4 bet
C2
from
looks
Harlan.
like Jason Mercier. We always say that. Now, why the click back? What's it gonna?
It's more than a click back.
But why? Why the raise? Why not just the call?
Harlan might think, okay, one, I'm in position, I can overrep my hand a little bit, and maybe think sometimes that Anthony folds queens, but I just probably that's the only hand we're getting to fold here.
I don't even
We're ahead of
know.
ace king. This is why I don't really like 4-betting the jacks here. It does put Anthony in a weird spot. And then here's the problem. All in and a snap call.
What?
Jesus.
And Anthony says one time. One time. Oh
my God, I never
man.
had once.
What happened? What is this, a tournament?
And it's over. Lock it up.
Harlan. Harlan scoops. If the jack, yeah, if there would have been a spade on the turn. Oh, Anthony. Oh, Anthony.
Anthony kind of has to 5-bet there. It's like 5-bet or fold.
I told you on the stream you're gonna get him.
I'm amazed at how fast Harlan got his chips in.
Yeah, I am too.
Harlan had
Actually.
just been okay. Like I'm gonna 4-bet this, and if he 5-bets, I'm just gonna close my eyes.
And you know what he says to him? Do you have aces? Why did you call if you thought he had aces?
Oh my God.
I mean,
Harlan was just like.
Harlan just wanted to give his money away that hand.
Or he just. Like,
Or he doesn't
literally,
care.
Or he just is like, all right, I got this kid.
Or he can see the future. He's a psychic, obviously. He called Cleo.
Jesus.
And Baldy says the pain is real.
Absolutely insane. I'm so I don't even know how to react to that.
But his salad's here, so now he's going to start running better.
1 hand too late. How do you order the salad?
The needle is strong out of you, my friend.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett's right. Harlan does run good. Mike raises to 40 on the button.
How often, and it's, are we, if we're getting our money in with jacks versus a 5-bet, we're calling a 5-bet shove.
Sorry, that's all my hairspray.
I mean, how often are we?
Are we good?
I mean, that money Harlan caught himself in his absolutely best case scenario because our only 5-bet bluff our opponent has is there's ace king. He caught himself in the only spot he could be in, which or the only good spot which is the coin flip.
Yeah. That was weird. I would at least think about it before insta-calling.
Harlan, I mean, he might have been doing all this thinking before he 4-bet here. Was like, hey, like I'm gonna 4-bet, and if he
jams, I'm calling.
I'm not gonna waste time. I already decided if he does, I'm not gonna change my plan now. That has to be his plan when he decides to 4-bet. Has to be, right?
Yes.
Because I mean, previously, generally, I would think like in position here that we gotta be, flatting.
Yes.
Stop, Jesus Christ.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
I'm just creating conversation. I'm not.
I know, but I'm just saying that
It's
it's
just.
just.
Something right there. Got it.
You got something right here too.
I remember I had to go out and get my jacket a few times.
Yeah.
MTG says I love how they eat and play.
I think it's like there's like mine. Well, a lot of card
It's like
rooms.
sex.
A lot of card rooms.
sorry.
No. Oh my God. No, a lot of places it's like not really convenient to. Like I mean, there's like not
Eat?
enough. Yeah, there's not enough room between tables.
What do they put 11 people at a table? I've played at a
No,
card
just
room
like
like that.
where there's like room where the tables are close enough in proximity where there's like so much traffic. I mean, other places like
Bellagio.
or a lot of places where anytime that there's a dealer change, I gotta if I'm sitting in seat 1 or seat, I gotta get up and get out of my seat just so there's room for the dealer to walk between the next table or the wall.
Trust me, I missed Stones so much when I was there, when I was in Vegas.
We really are spoiled here. We really are.
Yeah. Sly cry because sex. Yes. It's not a bad word anymore. Let's talk about sex. Sorry, I'm.
So I was. Oh, sorry. I'll tell you.
Friends who care always berate me. Ace deuce 6 on the flop, 2 clubs. Malcolm.
Nut draw for Malcolm.
Beautiful. Malcolm bets 50 into a 150 pot. Sorry, into a 100 pot.
Stone's now running a Sunday 6-max. 6-max every Sunday. It's
I
a blast
know.
to play. It's a lot of fun.
I love 6-max.
I played it. I played 2 of them. I'm playing this yesterday. Yeah.
I'm playing yesterday.
I was playing yesterday. I'm playing yesterday, and it's a really fun table. And the 6-max. It's a lot of fun. And I make the comment, oh yeah, 6-max is where babies come from. And it's like crickets, and they just like didn't get it. And I'm just like, no, it's because it's like sex. I'm like I get out the whiteboard, I like drawing, like yeah, like how do you, yeah.
I'm gonna get you like a
That's where
little
babies
tiny
come
drum
from.
set.
So I
And you
can
press like a brum bum.
Yeah. And of
Who
course,
is
it's
this
max I played every hand.
I know.
Yeah. And then a guy
It's
in
such a
C1,
pressure cooker. People don't get it.
and immediately, the old guy in the C1's like, he raises a lot. And I said, I also have very good hearing. As he whispers to his opponent.
Mike L raises to 40 with
Raise
ace
40.
jack in the hijack. Anthony calls, feeling a little more lucky with the 5. Sorry, I'm just totally needling. I'm sorry, Anthony. I totally hurt you.
Malcolm, the 7s.
He says yes, please. We want to see more carnage. We really do. As viewers, we want more. What's up for a 5 and a 7 on the flop?
Ace 5 7. Ace 5 7. We got part of what we wanted.
4, 5, 9, 2 spades. Pardon me. Anthony flops a set. Uncle Matty top pair. Malcolm still with 7s. Lyman Poker, what's up? Nice to see you. Haven't tweeted with you for a while.
Is this live in the background? Yeah, 6 inches max.
So everybody checks. Mike L bets 110. Anthony looks like he's putting in a raise.
Anthony's expecting Mike to have an overpair here. He thinks that for Mike to bet into this many people, he's got to have something, at least a spade draw, if not an overpair for him to be betting this many opponents. He wouldn't expect Mike to be betting a hand like a red ace jack here. So he can get value from all those hands. Little does he know, Mike is just arbitrarily betting ace high into multiple opponents. And this is like going to be the end of the hand, unfortunately, for him. The other good thing about it is, after Anthony loses that big pot, people might think that he's steaming a little bit, you know. So you know, if we are going to raise there, I mean, we missed
Who's
no,
more loose than someone's stack?
yeah, exactly. I mean, no one had anything there, so it wasn't going to go anywhere. But I mean, just like someone had, he can, you know, deviate a little bit larger on his sizing there than he otherwise would, because it's going to look like he's steaming. You know?
Yeah. Work it.
Even if you don't tilt, you can pretend to tilt. And if you do tilt, embrace it.
Lyman Poker says that Texas AG98 is meeting all of his groupies. Lyman, we are all your groupies, including me. Secretly him.
I don't know. I feel like somehow like left out here. Like I've never been like called and asked like call into like the Lyman show to like
Berate a Christian.
to berate some Christian radicals.
Berating Christian radicals on Lyman's talk show is amazing. I really spazzed out. It was fantastic.
Robert Y makes it 20 to go with the ace jack. It's looked at by Malcolm with the king jack. Uncle Matty's still playing hands. Ace 3 deuce, 2 diamonds. Robert's got the ace of diamonds in his hand. He's gonna go ahead and bet it anyway.
Darth Dave says, I walked away for 2 minutes and Uncle Matty won 2K. What happened? Robert scoops his first pot.
And the cherry has been popped. Triple 111s. Stones Gambling Hall is located just outside Sacramento, California.
No Ranu, whatever your name is, asking why we're not streaming on YouTube today. Because reasons beyond our control. Reasons called Twitch.
Because we love the Twitch. And we love the balls on Twitch.
The ball's on Twitch?
Yes.
Oh, the ball that is
ball.
on Twitch. Yes, we do. We love him too. I like ball loving.
Mm-hmm.
I get good ball loving.
Unfortunately, some of our chat might not know what the hell you're referring to there, so... But who cares,
It
right?
is what it is. If you follow me on Twitter, you know. Mr. Scott Ball. He loves me.
Babyface ATL. Hey, hey, hey.
He's been in for a little while, just letting you know. You're just kind of falling behind here. Malcolm's
Am I?
putting in a raise. Yep. 25. Harlan quickly calls. Harlan's in the cutoff with an ace 10. I guess he wants to... You can play this either way. You can just call, I guess. Uncle Matty calls also on the button with a queen 10. Just 3-4 on the flop. 2 diamonds. Malcolm is ahead here with a pair of 3s.
Harlan's got 2 overs in the back of a flush draw, inside a straight draw. I think he's going to continue. There's a club on the board. You have a straight draw. We can't fold yet, Harlan. That's almost a board even Harlan thinking about raising just because of his reputation for playing smaller cards.
Ace on the turn.
It's a good card for Malcolm to double barrel. Unfortunately for him, runs right into Harlan.
Running into Harlan is what everyone does best. 4 on the river pairs the board. Aces and 4s for Harlan with a 10. And now Malcolm checks, and I think he's giving up.
Hard for Harlan to imagine what he can get value from here.
Yeah, he is.
Is Ace 9 really gonna call? Or is Harlan think, I mean, and at that price, Harlan's not trying to get Ace Jack to fold. Wow. Malcolm's just curious.
Just the limit.
Is Harlan still one of those players that you just want to catch bluffing? He pretty much has a bluff catcher there. Are you still?
And I just don't think there's any bluffs in all the draw already got there. Like,
Yeah, there's really nothing.
Hey, Mike, did you hear the cartridge?
busted, it was diamonds in the flop that bricked out.
I don't even remember anymore. And I'm
I
sober.
forget, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
So long ago.
Fast Freddy says this table looks so soft. Did they handpick them to promote the poker is easy and you can make money?
You know what? As often as much as we hear people say that, get them down to the room.
Get in the room. Get in this game. I will personally put Robert in a headlock and walk him out of this room. And you can have his seat and his chips. Shaq Spencer 32. What's up? Sly Cry says Malcolm, aka Mr. Splashpot, love him long time. There's actually a song about that. Oh me so horny, oh me so horny, me love you long time.
That's the song. Words. Harlan's got a Harlan hand, makes it 25 to go with a 4-3 off. Uncle Matty makes a quick call with a 5-8 of diamonds. Brian's gonna do some set mining here with the deuces.
And Mr. McRoberts reaching.
Robert is going to try to pick up all the dead money.
Oh, man. He almost had our love and our respect, and now he has neither. 3-way to a flop.
We were going to have to give up $25.
4-8 king on the flop. Uncle Matty picks up top pair, or second pair.
What's funny is Robert decided not to even defend the big though with the king 10. I mean, king 10 offsuit, which we know how your heart beats with king 10 offsuit.
Oh,
Doesn't
stop.
even defend.
You'll never let me down that tweet. Checked around. Queen on the turn. Three on the river. Harlan picks up 2 pair.
How thin can Harlan go here? Get called by a king no heart.
Is Eldar in the chat? I didn't see him.
No.
Is Ziberju in the chat?
No bears, no Jews.
What about bear Jews?
No,
Jew bears?
especially not.
I still, Aces Ron's hat, seat 9 if you're watching. There's a lot of wrong about that right. You know what I mean? It's right, but it's wrong. It's his thing, but I can't figure it out. It's like an equation I can't solve. We have a straddle on, ladies and gentlemen. 5-5-10. Stranger Thing says, I'm annoying AF. You're welcome.
These duties. Nice. Aaron makes it 45 to go with the ace-5. Mike's going to defend the straddle.
And Babyface ATL is climbing to the top of the water tower to defend my honor. Heads up to a flop.
GMJ, you're welcome.
Deuce 4-6 on the flop.
Inside straight draw for Aaron. Pair of deuces for Mike and a backdoor heart draw.
Aaron's
Should see a
reaching
little
for
money
chips.
going.
Yeah.
And we can't fold
Bet
it.
65.
We have position, we have a pair, we have a backdoor draw.
5 on the turn. Aaron picks up pair now.
Should slow him down a little bit though. No slow. It's 110.
Mike lets it go. Yeah, you can't call with a deuce there.
No,
I mean, I could.
I don't like to bet it in the ace-5 there on the board either. Don't see me get any value from worse hands and Better never forget.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. I thought about it, and that's where I am. Moneymaker was wearing his Stone shirt in Russia. I like that.
Moneymaker?
That's the word on the street.
God, I love him so much. I remember some guy was looking at my Instagram and he saw the Moneymaker and he was just like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, that was Moneymaker. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where's your bikini picture? That's all I am.
Oh my god.
If Lyman, if you start your own channel, you better have me on a show on your channel. Just saying.
Limp Pot Poker. No one's gonna try to pick up the dead money. This is Malcolm's fault. He limped into the gun, and everyone thought that that's like allowed now. That we're just gonna like let people play Limp Pot Poker.
I didn't know we were doing that still. I didn't know it was 2006. 349. I know you don't like limp pot poker. I think it's interesting how people can spaz out on limp pot poker.
If you're gonna play Limp Pot Poker, just play like bomb pots.
Yeah.
Just like bomb the pot.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of money in there, and then that way no one has a range free. Everyone just got like random cards.
Yeah.
And random flop and let
Just
people
gamble.
freak out.
Maximum gamble. Kevin Martin in the chat.
Kmart, what's up, buddy?
A long time no see. I snapped you. You didn't snap me back. It's fine. It's fine. I know we're not like that.
Shout out to Kevin Martin.
One Big Brother Canada.
Big Brother Canada.
Very cool. You
what-
follow his snap?
I do follow Snaps.
Super good. I love his snaps.
Good kid.
Doesn't follow my snaps.
Oh.
Oh, honey Chad, no you didn't. No, we love Kevin Martin. He was in the booth with us. Well, just like managed to wiggle my way in between the two of you, get in the chat.
You just want to be in his orbit. It's
I
fine.
do. I mean, he's Kevin Martin. He's like incredibly handsome and talented, and you know, things that I like.
Things like
Harlan raises to 30 and gets no love. Gets no loves. Lyman the king, Veronica the queen.
And what a little dysfunctional family you guys could be. Oh my god,
Swim
that'd
to
be so
Stas
amazing.
like you. Oh yeah. Can you imagine our children? Oh yeah, buddy. The Canadian just came out of me. I was talking about Kevin Martin. Oh, Kevin Martin acknowledged our presence. Oh my god. He said, good to see you, Jake and Veronica.
Oh my god.
Act normal. Act normal. Texas AG98, yes, there are bikini photos available.
The straddle is back on.
Currently on my Snapchat.
Jason the Queen Jack suited.
Kevin Martin just sent me a snap.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I
Don't show
believe
it on the
it.
stream, it might be
I don't know if I believe it. He did!
Open to 40.
my God.
Brian now with the pocket fours.
He calls.
Pretty easy call. Heads up. 30 snap, don't open. I love it.
Oh, so excited to open it later.
It's Kevin Martin wearing a bikini.
I love it. He topless shirted me, unshirted me. A
He
snap
unshirted
once.
you.
There was no shirt on him and he snapped me and I was like, oh. Harlan checks. Jason checks. Brian checks. To a turn.
Not to
No.
a turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Premature check ejaculation happening.
Premature checulation. Brian bets 115 with the fours and the 10-10-6. Harlan's gonna fold his pair of sixes. Brian hasn't played enough hands where Harlan thinks he's got very many bluffs there. And or wouldn't be betting under pairs. Deuce in my pants.
Just say it without saying anything else. Cards in the air. 5-5. We've been getting a good amount of straddles.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
here's
the
another straddle.
straddle's on.
The straddle is on. Oh, Robert.
Brian limps in. Robert limps. We're back to limp pot poker. Pick up the dead money.
Yes.
There we go.
A little bit of a raise. Out of Anthony. 55.
King Jack of Hearts. Malcolm picks up aces. 3-bet now. Tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
Oh, oh, oh.
3-bet to 155.
Act normal. Act normal.
And Harlan got kings. Jesus.
Honey child. Now Harlan.
Oh, Bubba, no.
Now Harlan's. Oh.
Oh, and the cold 4-bet.
But he did this before with Jacks, and they all watched him do it.
Cold 4-bet to 405.
It's just an instant
All
all-in.
in and a call.
Yeah, we knew it was happening. Nav 5,
Once
what's
or
up?
twice.
You can run it up to 3 times on our live stream.
I think they're going to run it twice, it sounds like.
Jack 8-4.
We already saw Anthony fold out one of the kings.
Oh, ace.
Yeah, that's good.
Didn't
That's
need
really
it.
good.
That's good for Harlan.
Yeah, it's going to take some of Malcolm's outs.
Second board. There's only one king left in the deck. Harlan using a bad one. There it
Oh!
Come on, man. Oh, no.
Oh, it's always
no.
a sweat.
Oh,
It's
God.
always a sweat. Oh, chop.
is. Jack on the first board and
Harlan runs so good. Even when he's running bad, he's running good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can make it straight, I guess.
What do they chop, like 20 bucks?
chop the limp pot and Anthony's open. It's like all that sweat, all that stress for to win, yeah, like 30 bucks.
Anthony's like, oh, more of my money going to Harlan.
Has anyone y'all ran boards like this?
I think so. Cop and
I
a
y'all
donut.
run boards like this all the time.
Cop and a donut. What's up? Welcome to the game. Did we say hello to Shaq Spencer
I
yet?
totally thought you said something else.
Fast Freddy. If there's any KK that can be folded, it is there. I don't know.
No,
No.
no, no. I don't think
Only he can fold like a knit.
No. That was to a 5-bet, not
No,
a 4-bet.
I know. I'm just joking.
Actually, that would have been a 5. That was a 5-bet. Yeah, Malcolm 5-bet. But even then, like with those stack sizes, once you make it 400 to go and Malcolm shoves, you know what, 1,400 or 1,200. No, we don't fold. We don't fold. We have no folds for that price. Especially because we're us and we have worse hands.
So Anthony picks up queens. He 3-bets to 135. Robert was the original raiser to 35 with pocket eights. Robert just calls. Jack, Jack, deuce. Queens are still ahead. Now Robert's probably, yeah, check, check. Did Anthony check? The dealer didn't put out a turn.
I don't think Anthony checked yet.
Oh, I thought it was a
I
check,
thought I
check.
heard someone say check. You know, Anthony does check now.
Oh! Jesus F.
Happy birthday
Day to you.
Robert.
Robert checks again.
And Anthony's gonna think he'll get some money in the pot. Unfortunately for him, timing's everything, and his is just the worst today.
That was not a woman.
No, that was not.
And it wasn't a bad
135. Robert makes a call.
Queen on the river. Queen. No.
5. Robert can now lead here really big, maybe try to represent like busted clubs. The problem with the jacks being paired on the board, I mean, Anthony's not going to want to call a whole lot of money. And also some of the line that Robert would take with trip jack that had him like ace jack, even jack 10. He is going to lead. I think I'm more like the on this board for check raising. For opponents betting the turn. He's gonna have to bet river. Whether if he's got overpairs, he's gonna bet for value. If he's got busted, overcards. I think Robert should be check raising there.
Anthony's run back continues.
Nat in the chat. Nat Arash 123. What's up, buddy?
Donkey Donk 168. What's up? What's up? Blue chip hiding behind a stack.
Blue chips are dollar chips. They don't play in this game. Use them for tipping the dealer.
Yeah.
Our red chips are $5.
What he
Green's
said.
$25. Pretty standard across the industry. The white chips you'll see are $100 denomination chips. It's not an Alec Torelli hiding chip money kind of thing like we all saw, recently.
Senator Jaws, thank you for confirming that. Terrible says overpair always checks back the river, so you should always lead there. You shouldn't.
I don't think after it goes check and check.
I actually agree with that. I was thinking that overpair would probably check. What's gonna call you? A jack that beats you. Pocket eights.
After the flop goes check. Your opponent can't have worse pairs. Like like nines, tens.
But then he calls the turn.
Yeah. And
so he has everything that beats you.
No, because the flop.
What's he gonna call you with like an ace eight?
Because because the flop went check. One, he never has ace eight.
No, I'm saying that he has a jack and he has you beat. So like it's if you check, you're almost always gonna get a check back there from your opponent.
No, I disagree.
I think overpairs will always check back there.
Anthony's good enough to bet overpairs for value. After the flop was check.
What kind of value? What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get value from?
Because the flop went check. Hands like nines and tens, and even you might get other pairs to here as well.
I'll give you nines and tens, but
only
I think
because the flop went check.
That's a small range. I think most of your opponent's range is gonna crush you.
Because the flop went check, and if you have an overpair, you only lose to Jack X. Okay, so let's forget that Robert. Let's forget that Robert has turn the world.
You don't only lose to Jack X. Because if nines and tens are in your opponent's range, so are eights.
Yes, Harlan is running over to answer question Nat.
It's standard. Sunny 8644.
I think you're being a little results oriented here.
No, I don't think so. It's not about results oriented. It's like what overpairs are probably not going to bet for value on that river.
Just hear me out without jumping in and
well, I heard you through the whole time we were talking about the hand.
You keep injecting.
And you think you're always right, and that's your problem. Let me tell you what your problem is.
Okay, King Tanoff, let's learn me something. Forget that Robert turned the world. Okay, let's forget the eight comes off. Let's say Anthony, after the flop was check, Anthony bet, and let's say the turn was like a 5, and Robert looks him up. If the river's a brick, and Anthony checks back, we're not like, oh my, how do we not that? I think our criticism there is going to be like, oh, why would you value bet queens there? We only lose to Jack X. And our opponent shouldn't have a lot of that in a 3-bet pot. And then only other hands we lose to are both. And
you think like nines and tens are going to call you there if you bet?
If we're checked 2-3 times, we should.
It wasn't checked 2-3 times.
Yes, if that's why you would check river there, because if we're in position and we are checked 2-3, as is Robert led.
But
yes.
what is Robert calling with on the turn?
Nines, tens, other pairs. A lot of simply because the flop went check. If the flop didn't go check, then I tend to agree with you. Then we kind of have to lead, because then our opponent's gonna be checking back the river a lot. But because the flop was check, and the turn really didn't. I mean, it wasn't like an ace or a king came off, and then all of a sudden Anthony started betting.
Okay, I'll give you 50% because of the flop went check, but I do think a lot of times you're not going to gain. I mean, I think overpairs generally will check back there.
Okay. Worst players check back overpairs there. Players that can better players.
No, because eights and nines may not always call there.
But mostly.
I mean, sorry, nines and tens.
All right. Well, we'll debate this later. We're back on other hands.
You're such a degenerate that like you're peeling two jokers. You're peeling 2 joker cards.
I'm peeling 3 jokers. Normally I'm shuffling chips in here.
Limp Check Ray says, heads up match to settle this, please. Wouldn't that be a great show? Veronica and Jake. I actually hate watching Heads Up. It's kind of boring. Yeah, it's kind of boring to me. That's why I like seeing like multiplayer action.
Did you not watch the Mike and Kate plus hate?
Oh yeah, I did.
That was good. I mean, that was probably more entertaining because of all the shenanigans and Mike was like talking
We
to
actually,
Storm.
we probably would be more entertaining because we'd get sloshed. Probably. Good chance. Chances are good.
Nine's definitely
it's a
Call River, thank you.
$10 straddle. Shaq Spencer, there's no better foreplay than
A
arguing
Barber
about poker.
217 in the chat.
What's
up, buddy?
Andrew Barber?
Two jokers, such a strong hand.
That is us in the booth right now.
Andrew, I'm probably coming back to Vegas, and we're probably gonna, if you have time, have dinner. So I'm asking Andrew out on a dinner date, not like romantic, because you know.
Because you're not romantic. Because you're not the
he
kind
does
of broad
romantic
you take
stuff
out
with
on a
other
romantic
people.
Dinner. You're the kind of broad. You take out like In and Out, and then like get like a cheap motel.
I'm not opposed to In-N-Out for dinner. Why do I need a $400 excessive dinner? It's ridiculous. I'll go to In-N-Out. Or
And then a cheap hotel.
no, I don't like cheap hotels.
Ace 10 5 7.
Stop with this chat. 3 on the river. Fast Freddy, what's up? Hasami 11 got his message deleted. I don't know what he said. They're quick here.
Commit V1, yes, it is 5-5. With a $10 straddle.
I think it's funny, like some places don't play the 5-5 or like equal blinds. It's not a big deal, man. Chill out.
It's all good.
You don't have to have 2-5. Read 5-5.
Are we really missing that much by like having like owned the $3 less? No.
No.
Or are you gaining that much by not having a full small blind?
I played Bay 101 and they had a 2-3-5, right? It was a 2-3-5?
3 blind games are good.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
More blinds the better.
Put more money in.
Barber has a couple caches, no binks yet.
Malcolm's gonna open up the queens here, make it 35 to go.
Binking's not easy.
Binking's not easy.
Malcolm with queens. He's taking up big hands.
Uncle Matty makes a call. Got the 7-8 of spades. Jason ace 5. Don't tell me Jason threw a suited ace 5 of diamonds, did he? For reasons unknown. Mike will defend the straddle with the ace 4 of hearts. Aaron's in there as well. Ace 6 6 6. Aaron flops a lot of 6s.
Uncle Matty flops a flush draw. Malcolm's still with queens, and Mike has top pair.
It's a good fold by Mike here. Got a lot of players behind him. It's very unlikely that Aaron's donk betting a worse hand than ace 4.
Lambo Lance, I want to go back to your comment in just a second. Jack on the turn. Jack
Malcolm
of clubs.
actually called here. I'm surprised.
Some people get stubborn with their overpairs. Or
Or just with big pocket pairs.
just big pocket pairs.
I mean, you think maybe if Aaron's only donk betting spades, Uncle Matty called the spades, misses. 6 is full now for Aaron.
You can't. I mean, that's killing Aaron's action. He's not going to get any more money. So Lambo Land says, I can't stand people that eat at poker tables. No one wants to hear you smacking down food. You know what? I think it's okay to eat at a poker table. I hate when people eat with their hands at the poker table. When they take like wings and they're like, and then they're like touching the cards and the chips and then you just put herpes in your mouth. It's disgusting. I want to vomit.
I eat French fries with a fork. I'm not ashamed of that.
I will eat French fries with a fork when I'm playing. Yeah. But I order everything that can be eaten with a fork when I play poker. I can eat when I play.
I'm Horkish once in a while. Is he leading so small? I actually didn't make a mental note of his sizing when he led flop. I was more curious to see what Mike was going to do with the ace 4.
5-5-10, $10 straddle out of Anthony. I don't want to call him Anthony because that's a different Anthony. That's Aunt Doom. Sly Cry says herpes is such a strong word. It is.
Open to 35 from Malcolm with the 8s. Harlan makes a quick call with a queen 7. I think I prefer 3-betting or folding that hand.
Sean McCormick, it's gonna herpes scablades.
Matt is in there as well, the 10-6 clubs.
And Mike's got an ace with a lot of problems.
And he knows it. And he knows it.
Anthony's got an 8 with only a few problems.
To a flop. King, queen, 4. Check, check.
Probably
Checks to Harlan.
Harlan's not gonna let it check through. He's gonna bet 60 into 150 here. That's the end of the hand.
Andrew Barber asked, would you eat poutine at the table? I wouldn't eat poutine off the table. I'm just not a fan of poutine. That is just like a big pile of cheesy gravy grease on French fries. Cheese and gravy? Canadian style.
I can't say I've ever had it either.
It's definitely something you should try at least once. Especially if you get like
What do
the
you
proper curds on it. Like you should have curds cheese, not just like crappy cheese, and then gravy. And then like put some ketchup on it.
Where would you
In
order?
Canada.
In Canada.
Canada. You can get poutine almost anywhere. The French Canadians love it.
Jason's gonna limp in the 5-7 of diamonds. I just don't like limp pot poker. Aaron's gonna limp the button with the ace jack because he wants my head to explode.
I think Aaron does it to needle you.
I think he really
all
does.
the time.
They'll watch this. He's gonna hate this shit.
I love doing this to him. To a flop. 7, 10, 10. 2 hearts.
Both Mike and Jason have the same hand here. Jason's best with backdoor diamonds.
Any cards that are that close together.
We're gonna watch it.
Jason puts out a bet.
He's playing any 6 gappers. 7 gappers, he's going.
I think it might have been 90.
And Harlan is not done yet. Got an inside straight draw back. Well, no backdoor anything.
You tried.
I tried.
King of diamonds on the turn.
Diamond draw for Jason now. Double gutter for Harlan.
6 on the river. Checked around on the turn. Looks like they're going to check down the
Unless
river
someone
too.
gets aggressive here, Mike and Jason are gonna chop it up.
Where's a diamond? Come on. That's what I'm saying.
In case you guys don't know, Andrew Barber in the chat is World Series of Poker bracelet holder in the 10K horse event last year, right? Is it the horse?
2 years ago.
2 years ago now. Shoot, really? 2 years ago? I thought it was last year. Man. And Earl still to this day cries about it in the fetal position with his thumb in his mouth, calling for mommy.
Kai1E11C, can't they watch the stream seeing everyone has? No, we're streaming this to you on a 25-minute delay. So we're live with you in the chat, obviously,
I
but...
feel like you fall for it every time. I swear they're needling you.
Is it really? Am I just being
they're-
trolled again?
They're
God damn
trolling
it.
you.
Whatever.
You fall for it every time. Oh, how do they see the cards?
I don't think he's new. I mean, he could, or he
Is
could be
this
new.
live?
What if
How
he's
come
not?
they're not
What if he's
cheating?
not? What if he's genuinely asking a question
Linda,
and,
come on.
now you're alienating him?
Linda, come on.
You're the worst.
Honey.
You're the worst.
Wow, TVs are rectangles now.
You suck.
What is this internet thing?
So good that you're back in Vegas, V.
I hope my
I missed
AOL
you
dial-up
so
still works.
much. So much. Malcolm's playing a lot of hands. I like it.
KY1E11C. We still love you, baby.
100, 200 limit hold'em. Absolutely, Andrew. Get on up.
I think the game is. I know Earl's in the game.
Earl's in the game.
Yep. Ace 5-8 on the flop. And Malcolm is leading 45. Harlan calls with an inside straight draw. Ace on the turn, pairs the board. Malcolm sitting there with a whole lot of nothing. Checks. Harlan checks. Jack on the river. Bink. Can't feel great about that bink. Sly cry. You stop. You simmer down, honey. If they wanted a little church lady in here, they should have hired her.
That lady is not nice. That's the consensus. That's what people think and feel about you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not. That's good. It's fine. I don't want to be nice.
And she is old.
And I'm old. That is correct. God, this person is like amazing.
Wizards.
Spot on. You are a wizard. It's like you have you need a PhD in math. You're so good at everything. Shaq Spencer says that there's a couple in SAC who got busted for stealing hot Cheetos, and she threw the bag at the worker and it burst open. I don't know what that means.
I think it's just what it sounds like it means. Aaron's gonna limp in the queen jack off. Anthony makes it 35 to go with 9s. Harlan calls the king 7 suited. And Uncle Matty defends a straddle with a 69.
Yes, and we love it. To a flop. 4 ways. 6, 8, 10, 2 clubs. Anthony's the only backdoor club draw. Still ahead with his 9s. Turn is a Harlan.
Turn is a king for Harlan. Aaron's now open-ended.
Jack of clubs. Doesn't change anything.
Harlan's king is best.
Weed for Funeru. I'm not PMing you my number, but thank you. What's up, Nav? Nav5, nice to see you. A couple from Edmonton won the bad beat within an hour apart, different tables. What are the odds? Nav played in our live stream. Our Canadian in the live stream. Sis Lore, how are we seeing the cards? Yes, little table cameras. Little tiny cameras.
Riz 12 983. Hey, hey, hey. I feel like the wrong players are stuck in this game. Like the players that we need to be stuck to like really like start like getting whaley are actually like ahead. And so this game's just I mean it's fine, but
it needs to get out of the muck. And I don't know how my cell phone works.
What is
I'm actually trolling right now. I'm trolling humans. It's an asshole.
I think you need to start playing the 7 deuce game or like bomb pots.
35.
Raise 35 for Anthony, defend by Harlan.
Babyface ATL is telling a joke in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're heads up. Ace, ace, deuce. Anthony flops a lot of aces. 1 gully foil. I would love a cocktail, but I'm not drinking anymore for probably like 72 more hours. That's as long as I'll last. 7 on the turn. Can it get any better for Anthony?
Anthony takes the time out from his full house to order a new pot of tea. Shoots Harlan a smile. That's 130.
Harlan quickly calls.
Oh, God, please, no 3.
Queen on the river.
Actions on Harlan.
Anthony's just praying that Harlan's got an ace
No, he checks
jack,
it over.
ace king.
$280.
I don't know what Harlan's thinking about here.
Spades missed. But heads up, we would probably think that Anthony would bet, small spades on the flop to try to get Harlan to fold out, small pairs.
Harlan essentially can catch a bluff here. Wow!
And is going to try to catch all the bluffs. Hey, yeah.
Got a little sticky there. I like it.
And Anthony gets a little bit back.
I like it because it shows the table that he's
Will not be bluffed.
Well, and not. Yeah, I guess will not be bluffed. That he's calling loose. He's a little bit of a station there.
Now, if I'm Harlan, I'm just the guy who's gonna be like, so it's your money anyhow.
Just needle him anyway, even when you lose.
Even when you lose.
Even when you lose, you're winning.
I wouldn't really do that. I'm not that guy, but.
The
Sean
not
McCormick
or,
says Harlan is human.
The not or 105 says, oh, she likes sticky. You know, when the chat gets too crazy, when we have so many people in the chat, it's hard to keep up with it. It's almost nice when it's just like our little community of Rick and Barstow and Waprai.
I disagree.
Fry. Our little team.
He won't be pushed around. We're not gonna take it.
No. We ain't gonna take it.
No, he will not. We saw Harlan snap call a 5-bet shove with jacks early in the stream against the same opponent, against Anthony.
Mike raises to 40 with an ace-king. Brian calls. Heads up. King 10-3 on the flop. Mike flops a king. Pulls out ahead. Brian can still catch a queen or backdoor flush. Checked around. Oh, sorry. Brian checks. Actions on Mike. Mike's betting 75.
I like his sizing. Board's pretty coordinated. Good value from all the straight draws, all the flush draws.
Sis Laura says, how often do you stream? Every Monday and Wednesday. Every Monday we typically have a 5-5 game. We stream a 10-20 game first Wednesday of every month, and we stream PLO. How often? How often do we plo? Once a month?
Once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month.
And we've been plo-ating. Huh? No one plo-8s ever. We plo-8.
Good night, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck in the study tomorrow.
Oh, text me. Let me know how you do. Snap me or anything.
It's a very underutilized Snapchat, that one.
Yes. Although he'll look at them if I directly snap him. You told me that. I'm like, he doesn't look at my snaps. You're like, you have to directly snap him. Mike's putting in a little raise. He says, I'm bored. Jack 9 off. Let me raise to 40.
I like my green tea like that though. It's too hot. So the green tea, if we put it in...
NAB 5, we are streaming all summer long.
But black tea, if you do black tea, it's fine. Green tea's fine.
Brian's just going to call with the ace-queen suited. I just 3-bet so many more hands than everyone.
Jack 6-3 on the flop. Mike flops a jack. I mean, if you're going to play this hand, you got to love this flop. Jack on the turn. Loves it more.
$100 is table number 10.
Sly says plo 8. New word invented.
Hold up. We'll tell you after this hand.
10 on the river.
Backdoor clubs get there. I don't think anyone's really worried about that hand. A lot of the flop went check, so Brian did call. Or no, Brian led turn, right? Never mind, Brian led turn. Alright, never mind.
I don't understand things.
I was going to say, if Brian had called, then there might be some fear that he might have picked up clubs on the turn after flop first check, and then he calls a turn bet. The Brian led turn as a bluff. Plo 8, that's where babies come from.
Plo 8 is where babies come from. I don't know if anyone knows that. That's how I was made. I was made in a petri dish. A Plo 8 petri dish. Millions of little Plo 8 sperms.
Tadpoles. Eventually to evolve into pollywogs.
This is why he's my best friend, because he just goes with it.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous and stupid, but he goes with it.
Jen's in the box.
And she keeps these people in check.
Jen is one of the best we have here.
Yes.
Runs a clean game.
As opposed to
There, I'm not saying naming names, but there's
Go to the series. See, try to get.
see contract dealers.
See contract dealers try to give like a $500 change from a $1,000 chip. They're like, I don't know how many chips this is.
Robert now, he's gonna 3-bet the ace queen out of the big blind, makes it 120 to go. And here we see Robert's reputation.
Destroying everyone's will to live. Sorry, did I say that loud? I have to be right back.
And Veronica left her phone. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, we're changing some screensavers on this. X223 Black Wolf, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Almond Jart 1. Welcome.
Can't raise 3 or 4s.
5-5, $10 straddle is on. Malcolm will not open up the 7-4 clubs in early position. Probably smart, it's just not as fun. Jason now took the ace-5 offsuit. Raise that to 35. Mike's gonna defend the straddle. Both players flop a little piece. Both players have backdoor spades. Of course, Jason's is best. Check that call, and Mike turns 3 queens. There's 180 in the pot. Jason now, in his mind, doesn't have to worry about his kicker issues, because he's now playing aces and queens with a king kicker. Spades get there. Check, check. Pretty passive line by Mike L. I really thought he might have checked raise the turn there. Led river, although, I mean, spades do get there, but with the board already being paired, I think it's rare that flushes are really ever raising us there. I think we probably, if we're not check raising the turn, probably need to be leading river. On that board, I definitely would not be trying to check raise river. You can have this back now.
I don't know how it works. What is it?
Passive lines everywhere. I feel you.
Bob the Donkey, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Did you say hello to Bob the Donkey?
Bob the Donkey! What's up?
Anything good happen while I was gone? Does Uncle Matty have $2,000 more again?
No.
Jack 9 deuce on the flop.
Uncle Matty bets out here.
Scoops.
Whee!
5-5's fun.
Cedric!
What's up, Cedric?
Oh my god.
Cedric, simmer down. You're gonna knock over the booth. I love me some Cedric. He invited me to his house for a game. I was like busy that day. I would have went.
Really?
You didn't get invited? You lost out on so much money. It was like his friends.
Cedric, the 1-3 that we played tonight, I told you how all the crazy pots.
Oh yeah. Well, that was
Cedric.
Oh, shut up!
Yes.
God, I wish I would have went to that game. I was busy.
Yeah. I lost 3 pots in 1-3 that were all at or around $1,000.
That's Cedric's game.
And I still made money in the game.
Seth Black says, "Hey guys, I drove by Stones last week on my way to Tahoe and honked. Did you hear me?" Yes.
Yep.
That was you?
Oh man.
Oh, I totally knew that was you. I was like, is that Seth Black? I love that you can see like the stone sign on the highway, on the way to anywhere.
It's so bad. I've gotten up to go to work a couple times and just autopilot like came here like
By accident.
oh,
Such a degenerate. I hate college 209. What's up? Nice to see you. Probably getting a PhD, and you're just needling yourself with that name.
Hey, yeah. The self-troll is real sometimes. Robert Y opens up to 30 with the ace-jack off. Aaron's going to make the call with the queen-10 of clubs. Mike is going to 3-bet the king-jack. Makes it 90 to go. A little small on the sizing. I think we need to go a little bit larger there with a bet and a call in front of us. Especially when we have a player like Robert opening. It's pretty tight. And the next tightest player at the table, maybe the tightest player at the table, Aaron making the call. I think we need to be a little bit larger there with the size. Now, Anthony picks up 9s. He's going to cold call the 3-bet. Mind you, that's what that smaller 3-bet sizing does there. It affords other hands to cold call out of the blinds and out of position. And Robert folds. Aaron, no way we can throw away the queen-10 of clubs. Especially now with another player already having called. We're going to go 3-way to the flop now.
Ace 8-8, 2 diamonds. Now, Robert, sad about his choices.
So on ace 8-8, most of our ace X hands ought to be checking back to let some of the other like shit catch up a little bit. So Anthony might get a little suspicious here of this bet, but he might need it against multiple opponents. He's got to worry about Aaron being behind him, so he's going to fold. And we have ace king on ace 8-8.
And
we can get value
Mike
from like
also
worse aces,
3-bet
but
pre-flop.
like,
He probably, you know, you put him on a strong ace kind of hand.
Yeah. But on ace 8-8, a lot of ace X hands are gonna check back.
Good night, Jimmy Bluffett. Bluesy 0087. What's up? Says all in Kappa.
Terrible. This is the leading trick queens on a ace king queen queen 5 3 spades and a straight draw with the aggressive firing flop and turn are where the only worst hand is calling is ace X is good, but the other lead out trips was bad. Well, it was lead out with a full house, not trips. It's much different, and the board was different.
Fat
Much
Train,
different,
what's up?
much different board texture.
Terrible. Come down here. I'll buy you a drink, and you
We
can
will
listen
discuss
to
it, and we
Jake
can argue, and I'll
for 4 hours.
and we'll discuss how those two hands are very, very different.
Because I can't listen to him anymore. 3-way to a flop.
I talk
Jack
over her brain.
5-4. You do.
Yeah, when I talk poker, it's like you trying to explain linear regression to me.
Exactly. Except yours is really like 101, but that's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, King 10.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's yeah, you can't get value out of these worse hands. But you can get value out of better hands. Well, fuck yeah, you can. Someone was asking for the heads up board there. There it is. I feel like I'm on fire tonight. Like, you know, when I'm sober, I'm just like on fire. Just like needling the crap out of everybody because I can. And then they needle me back and it's okay because I love it.
What's wrong with Jake? His voice is much less annoying than you.
Yeah, it's not really standard. Typically, I'm the one that's more annoying and everyone complains about it. One thing is, like, you get a higher frequency of trolls when it starts to get a really... Yeah, I love the trolls. I love it. I love it. I would, like, not ban anybody, except for the porn site people. I wouldn't even ban them. Mike's looking at it 10-9 in the hijack. Puts in a race of 30.
Terrible. The main difference in those previous hands is in the first hand, the flop went check, which completely changes the ranges that the original aggressors, the range of hands that the original aggressor is going to have, versus when the original aggressor bets. When it goes check, call, it's totally different than when the flop checks back, and that's where the point I'm trying to argue with Veronica is then the hands that he has and the hands that you can get value from after the opponent checks twice after a check back by the PFR on the flop. It's a whole different concept of poker.
Harlan checked around on the flop. Now Harlan leads the turn.
Both players' ranges are completely different. Or completely different and slightly different, respectively.
Sometimes Jake sounds like an auctioneer when breaking down a hand. Banned coin. Well played. That's really good. We got top pair, top pair, top pair. We're going down. Flush draw, inside straight draw.
No, that is way too much rake lemonade turn name 30. It says $5 drop, if I'm not mistaken.
Tim of a Moorhead says Veronica obviously is a better player.
Yes. Obviously.
Maybe sober. I haven't tried it though.
I think you can blame it. Have you ever been sober? It really is. God, it's the worst. Anthony makes it 35 to go, the ace king. Malcolm's gonna make the call with the ace 3 off. I don't like that.
Zrul, welcome to live poker. Not understanding players' opening ranges is exactly where you should be.
What?
Ace 10-4. Loan for cards, obviously. Totes ob. Uncle Matty checks. Anthony bets 75. Malcolm quickly calls. And Uncle Matty checks out. King on the turn.
Anthony makes 2 pair, also has the ace of hearts. Anthony can check this. He does. It's a good check by Anthony. Malcolm should check back. The only reason why I can see Malcolm betting here, if maybe he wants his opponent to not lead river, so he's maybe trying to lay his own price to get the showdown with his raggedy ace, figuring that if he bets the turn, his opponent will check river and he can just check back and show it down. Bet 125, call 125.
Queen on the river.
And now this will go check, check. So Malcolm betting the 125 on the turn might have saved him from having to call 200 on or 175 on the river. I don't know.
It depends.
I mean, if I'm to play devil's advocate and okay, why would we bet ace 3 there when the king comes off and it's a heart and everything like that? But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna probably bet smaller. But it's hard to kind of rationalize. I mean, it wouldn't be a really reasonable, bet sizing. Which is kind of weird. I think checking back is gonna be pretty standard.
Loan for Cards asks, what's the highest game I've played? I used to play 510 at the Bellagio because it's got a 1500 cap. That's a nice game.
Yeah.
Back in the day where you could
Nice.
just play ABC.
I've never played in that game, but my understanding it's very splashy. Like free money's splashy.
It's free monies. And you just have to play solid. And that's it.
Or in your case, get really lucky.
Shut up.
Who is it about? Talking about, like, oh yeah, you
Loan
just
for
have to
Cards,
play.
I didn't play 510 in all the casinos because not all of them have that low of a cap. The 510 at the Bellagio I just think is the most it's a gentleman's 510 game. You know what I mean? It's not the drug dealer's 510 game.
Which is the 510 game that I seek out.
At the Venetian,
I'm
yeah.
looking for the drug dealer's 510 game.
Yeah.
Where people are betting Rolex watches on the turn.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 15K on the turn. This is a 510! What the hell happened?
That's my breed of 510. The only question is whether or not it's a real Rolex. And you're just like, come on, man.
Can I just get a sack of weed for that instead? Not that I would ask for that, because I don't. Drugs are bad.
Poker players, this is well over a year or so ago. It's after the live streams ended. The new player jumps in the game and he tries to angle shoot one of the players. I'm not gonna leave names out of this, right? But he looks at his cards, but he says that he doesn't, and he says, okay, well I'll lay you if you just want put in 2K or how much you had in front of him, and we'll just with no luck and see who's got it. And if you do that with me, I'll throw my watch in. And his watch was allegedly, I forget the brand it was, but it was supposed to be like a 5K watch, right? And the guy just says, oh yeah, no luck. Right now we'll just throw in 2K and I'll throw my watch in the middle and just see what happens. I just want to gamble. And so the guy's like, well, how can I resist? If
you're free rolling there, yeah.
Yeah, so you're free rolling the watch, so it's like a 5K watch, so I'll do it. Well, the guy has aces, right? Totally just lie to him.
And the watch was $20.
And well, the watch is it's like a 5K watch. And the other guy has got rags, and rags wins. Rags cracks the aces. The guy takes the watch, and then later, took the watch in and found out it was a fake.
Yeah.
People are dirty sometimes, but that's the drug dealer 510 game that we were playing that night.
Right? You got to know what you're into.
10-8-5, 7 on the turn.
Malcolm's got top pair. Jason's ace king is missed. Yeah, it's a little more than an angle.
Some guy at the World Series of Poker like grabbed all his chips and like pulled them forward and then put them back, and the guy thought like he was angle shooting.
People will do some real shady stuff.
Malcolm bets 100.
Jason can't call. Yeah, players have.
Loan for a card says it was a Rolodex.
It was a Rolodex. Players have been caught, like having big denomination chips cupped in their hands, where they'll move their chips in. It looks like they don't have a lot, and they get called, and then as they take their hand up, and they'll drop the chips. Especially depending on if they see the players, whether they're beat or not.
Oh, that's so dirty.
Oh, yeah, there's some players.
I've never heard of anything that bad.
Oh yeah. You gotta watch out for some of these hosers.
Hosers?
Especially when you mix up
like call them hosers?
Hosers. Yeah, you mix up with some sketchy home games.
Your name is like so fluorescent I can't even read it.
6 Pro.
Forward motion is a binding bet ?
Depending on the card round,
it depends on
tournament or cash.
World Series of Poker it wasn't, because he didn't touch them and he brought them forward and pulled them back.
Forward motion TDA rules, I think, is a bet.
He didn't touch the table. Candace was explaining it to me. She said she saw it.
Huh. Interesting.
And it was like word was going around. People were angry. There was riots at the World Series of Poker.
At the 1-2 game I played today, this is from I Hate College. A guy said, "All in, wait, just kidding," and threw a huge fit, and then called the forward and argued with him. The other player in hand was like, "Gotcha," and called. Oh my god, the first player turned over the nuts.
Oh, that's super scummy.
Bastard.
That's super scummy.
I was playing a game with a friend here. Actually, we're playing with Moneymaker's at the table. We're playing with Moneymaker, and a friend of mine, she squeezes. I had folded. She's sitting right to my left. She squeezes her hand.
You remembered your friend over Moneymaker?
If I want to tell you the story, yeah.
Okay.
She squeezes her hand. And there was already an open and a raise, a re-raise in front of her, and she looks down at 7 deuce, and she's talking to me. She's like, "Oh, all in," and then it throws her hand in the muck. Right, but she verbalized.
Why would she say that? That's
she was
horrible.
Drinking or having fun, and she was.
And
she was joking when she didn't realize.
No, but did she have to put her chips in?
No, they were cool about it, because it was obviously had it.
That's wrong.
She was. Her brain completely misclicked.
I know who you're talking about.
But if she was like,
there's only one brain that misclicks like that.
I bet you're not thinking of the same person.
I bet you I am. I bet you a beer after this.
Ship it.
Somebody put in a good word for you. Oh yeah.
$10 straddle is back on here. Uncle Matty under the gun with the king 10 off. Limps it in.
Raise it, Uncle Matty. Raise it.
Like a boss.
My tweet was spectacular.
It was a great tweet.
What are you
It was my
bitching
favorite
about?
tweets. No,
I should pin it.
You should.
But my Lyman tweet is like my pinned tweet. Because
Robert picks up kings, makes it 140 to go.
And then Uncle Matty sits there with a king 10.
Jason will raise to 50, lets the jack 10 go. Hey-ya.
Zrul said that I'm not drinking anymore. Rule didn't hold for 72 hours after all. Listen, why are you remembering everything I say?
I'll bet you a beer.
Linda. No, I'd buy him a beer, but I wouldn't drink any.
Well,
unless I had to. If I had to survive.
What if you win? And then what am I going to do? Not buy
Well, you can buy me a beer like next week.
I thought you were not drinking anymore.
What if there's an apocalypse outside? Then I miss my chance to have a beer. Right?
What if I'm not drinking at all? Oh, I know you better than that. You're still my best friend. You're still, complete, dumpster fire alcoholic.
I have to drink when I'm around you because I really hate you otherwise. I really do.
Aww.
I know, it's true love. It's true love.
It is. It is. Aaron. Cutting some chips. Puts in a raise.
After cutting his hat. Sorry. I'm kind of feeling sassy tonight.
Malcolm makes the call.
Giving it
out
to them
of the
all.
Small blind. Uncle Matty's going to defend the straddle. Malcolm's got 8s. And Uncle Matty's got the queen 9 suited.
Ace, jack, deuce on the flop. Aaron flops top pair, picking up most of the equity. Don't let Robert fool you. There's wine in that tea mug.
Yeah. It's like the opposite. Like there's like the people that will like, you know, drink like water, but like have put like a lime and like a black straw in it and pretend like they're like drinking like a cocktail and act a fool like they're drunk, but they're actually like
Is that what you do when you're drinking? You're like, what an idiot, pretending to be drunk. Pretending to drink. Look at me, I'm doing the real thing. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I pretend.
Do you get angry at people that drink water with lime in it?
No, I'm saying there's people that pretend to be drunk and as an actor and get more action and shit like that. They'll act a fool. Robert does the opposite. He pretends to be a sober human being. And then there's a really
like a straight-laced kid.
Yeah, just like can you just chop up some cocaine and some malt liquor and put it in a coffee mug for me so I don't know what I'm talking about like.
You have like angle shooting all wrong. That's what your problem is.
I don't angle shoot. I don't know how to angle shoot. I don't know the proper way to angle shoot.
Like angle shooting, like pretending to be sober or pretending to be drunk when you're sober is
People
like
do that.
It takes work and you don't know how to do it.
No, because I don't.
You're
angle
just better
shoot.
at just pretending to be drunk when you're drunk.
I'm just better at pretending to play poker, or I pretend to run good. Is what I do. I pretend to have a lot of good cards.
Degenerate for Life asks Veronica, any chance I can take you over seafood dinner sometime? Not with that name.
Oh, a couple King 10 offs.
Oh, and we love it. And we love it.
That was your best tweet. It was wonderful.
763.
2 diamonds. Uncle Maddie's got a diamond draw.
Mike and Brian both backdoor diamond draws. 6 on the turn, pairs the board. Doesn't change much. Tim Faye Moorhead says, can I take you to Little Caesars, Veronica? I don't live that life. Where would I want to be taken, Jake? You know me best. What would be like?
Sushi.
Yes.
Sushi, pho.
No, I'm into ramen now. Yeah,
ramen. Sushi or ramen?
And what type of drinking would I want?
You want wine.
I want wine. I can do sake though.
No, you
Sake's
can't.
like
no,
a rice wine.
No, she tries the sake.
No, I have like one little.
And she ends up like yelling at like homeless people on the street.
No, I bum cigarettes off them and then I smoke them.
Cigarettes off.
Appropriately.
That's right. These are all like real things that really happen, by the way. Like,
Degenerate for Life is offering me Chippendales. What about Sapphires? I'd probably prefer that.
Malcolm's gonna get 35 to go with the 9s. Robert, Brian, Jason, and Uncle Matty all come along. We've got 5-way action here. Queen, Jack, 4, 2 diamonds. And Malcolm's 9s are still way out in front. Brian's got an inside straight draw. You're gonna need one of Malcolm's 9s to get there. Malcolm bets 55. I don't, against that many opponents and 2 overcards, I'm not in love with betting. I don't see where you accomplish anything by betting. Mind you, he's got the best hand, but I mean, with 2 overcards out there and 4 opponents out of position, how often are we really good there? Like, we need to be. We're betting 55 into that much. We need to be good like over 30% of the time.
So what you're saying is you want to play on that game.
I feel like I can make more money in that game than I can than make here in the commentary booth.
Dama Cleanse K says her hair says take her to Golden Corral, but her attitude screams Red Lobster. Well played.
Oh god.
He gets the date.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's like I need to take a picture of that and save it forever.
Save it forever. Who's that for? It's forever.
It is forever.
Harlan makes 25 to go with the 10 deuce. Uncle Matty 6'5" says yes. Ace King Deuce. Harlan has the best hand. Robert Y, I don't believe called. No, we are heads up. Harlan does have the best hand.
Pair of deuces.
You're checking, Maddie, right?
Jack comes off, brings in a heart draw. Uncle Matty now. It's got 2 overs to Harlan's pair and a heart. Check, check. Deuce.
I saved that one forever. It's in my heart now too. Just added it to my Snap story.
I like it because it's true.
Yeah. I mean, that's why things are funny, because they're true.
Yes.
It's like when nothing. I'm sober. I can't say this.
Yeah. Pump the brakes.
My car often doesn't have brakes.
Mike L changes outfits.
She carb loads at her day job. All of carb. Loan for cards. My Snap is Veronica Starr with 2 R's. One word. The American way of spelling it. What? It's Alice Hayden, and we're just starting to talk about Snap and Olive Garden. Ah! It's your fault. You do that all the time to yourself. You deserve it. Go to your room.
Anthony picks up the ace king, makes it 30 to go. Jason, the queen 10 of hearts, can make a call. Easy peasy. Aaron cannot defend the straddle, and we're going to go heads up.
9, Jack 3.
Open into straight draw, backdoor heart draw for Jason.
And hope springs eternal for Anthony.
Check, bet, fold. Easy game.
You want to know when lunch break is?
I have to say, this was a pretty fun game.
It
had its ups and downs, like any good relationship.
I think our chat played better than anyone.
Our chat was like a 10, 20, 50.
Yeah, they were a high stakes chat. It was good chat.
They are a high stakes chat. We love them.
They're a bunch of classy broads.
What are we playing on Wednesday?
Poker.
Poker on Wednesday. Tune in, 7 p.m. Jake will be here, and that's all you need to know, because you're the only thing that matters.
And this Sunday is the Stones last Sunday tournament, 30K guarantee,
I can't believe
$300 buy-in.
it's already end of June. Are you sure?
I'm pretty
I
mostly
think you're
positive.
wrong. Otherwise, it's a 6 max.
And then otherwise, yeah, we are running now the Sunday 6 max, which is
mucho.
and 6 max is where babies come from.
Yes.
Yes. Also PLO8.
Wait, I'm looking at the calendar.
You're
right. You're right.
This Sunday, get down here. Stones 30K guarantee.
My car
Veronica will be
payment's
here
due, too.
drinking. I will be here.
No, I won't. Sober.
Not drinking.
100% sober.
Yeah, it's also opposite day. Shout out to Justin K, Bob, Kenny, and the crew.
I Hate College, Sean McCormick,
All of us
JD
kids.
Jester. Nice to see you.
Kmart, Barber, all the fun kids in the chat.
We will see you on Wednesday. Have a good night.
She's going crazy, the only way she's ever known. I can't explain it, the way she gets into the zone. But when she's got that love, it's the one and only way to go.